I would give you a second if you would have asked, but you asked.
Well, fuck, you've already fucked it up. So it doesn't matter. Well, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fuck Around and Find Out podcast. Today's episode is a long-awaited, I guess I'm the only one that actually did research on it, fucking tobacco growing episode.
I don't grow legal substances. It's against my religion.
That too. But it's really, really interesting, guys. It's going to be a pretty information-packed, and then, man, some of the history about it is just fucking awesome. If you get away from
don't get me wrong. I tried to research it for you guys, but I want to learn sometimes too. So I am gonna sit here and I'm gonna be the retard today asking stupid questions.
So go ahead and open a beer or light up a fucking.
I'm smoking my tobacco right now. Of course, it's only a Swisher Sweet. But,
so Swisher Sweet dark fired tobacco. It's a dark fired tobacco. So,
no idea what makes that
you're going to learn today, son. You're going to learn today.
This is preemptive, of course, of our Fafo cigars that Farrell's going to make.
Yeah, so I'm going to give this a hell of a shot. Our growing season here is basically year-round.
So I was going to say, you have more than 130 days. So
yeah. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to grow some, pretty substantial, grove of tobacco and see if I can make, 50 to 100 or so cigars to sell. Or, I guess, give away by donation.
Right. We should, I think we talked about it last time. All of us should grow at least a few heads of tobacco. I don't know. But different strains, because don't you want to mix and match and shit? Or is it not like that?
No, there it is. Like there's different ones that are. There's ones that are. We'll get into it. There's filler tobacco. There's pipe tobacco. There's chewing tobacco. There's wrapper tobacco.
Ow!
So it's really, 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 really fascinating. Let's talk a little bit about the history. Like the history of tobacco is really fucking awesome. So like Benjamin Franklin used tobacco as collateral for the loans from France to fund the War of Independence, right? And that's part of the reason that we got like the Statue of Liberty, because he made good on his fucking loans. It was really fucking cool. The currency of the U.S. dollar, like prior to like 1800, was based on the value of tobacco. Washington, man, he used to pay his soldiers and other people in tobacco and trade. Was really cool, right? So you used to be able to trade coffee by weight straight across for tobacco in the 1800s, which was really, really pretty cool. So, back in the day, coffee was the equivalent to tobacco, which is pretty awesome. Am I still here? Anybody else? It's just me. Hello? Bueller?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened? Like, everybody dropped off all of a sudden. All right. So,
my smallest right out.
So, tobacco is still measured to this day in something called a hogshead, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And I've tried to figure out why it's called a hogshead, and nobody fucking knows. They think it's maybe because of the shape of it might resemble the snout of a hog, or it's just because they're like, you know what, they don't even know what to fucking call it. We can't call it a giraffe knuckle. Fuck it, we're just call it a goddamn hogshead. So a hogshead is a measurement of a bundle of tobacco. It's pressed into a circular bundle that weighs 1,000 pounds. Even to this day, the entire property tax system, even as convoluted as this bullshit is, it's still based on the old method of a value of a hogshead of tobacco. So a hogshead of tobacco is 30 inches. Yeah, you missed a lot. It's 30 inches in diameter and 48 inches tall and 1,000 pounds. And that was set in Virginia during 1752 during its acts of assembly. So like Virginia becoming Virginia. They set the size of the hogshead and the penalty for coopers who used to make friends with like buyers, and they would make the hogshead slightly bigger so they'd get more for the value. But they made the fine against the coopers that to make the barrel size standard, if it was over even just a tiny amount, then it was a $500. They got fined in tobacco. It's 500 pounds of tobacco per hogshead that they built wrong. So we know a lot about the hogshead use is significant, but nobody knows a freaking name, right?
Wait. I got a question. Have you been like doing research, taking notes? Are you reading off a fucking list right now so that everyone has these details?
That's a Word document with bullet points.
I mean, are we going?
That's a word.
Should there be a
with bullet points? Yeah.
Is it? Do you have subsections?
Okay.
That's what I really want to know. Is it like section A, subsection 2?
I would have liked a bullet point thing on the computer that we could all follow. I mean, if you're gonna do
no, because you guys don't get my fucking notes. You didn't pay. This is college. You got to pay for my fucking notes. So let's go back. Let's get all this bullshit out of the way real quick. This is pretty cool. So, okay, the term the hogshead as a term of measurement goes back to late Middle English period, the 1350 to 1469. It's originally it was a 54-gallon container, and now it's like a 130-gallon container. But nobody fucking knows why. Like, there's not any one time thing. You can go back and look at like Germanic languages, and they don't really have. They call it ox head or ox hoof, but then it just became hogshead for no fucking reason. And to this day, it's called a hogshead. That's it. But it's still like what's really crazy to me is that it's still like your property taxes you buy are still based off of how they used to fucking measure tobacco. It's not based off of like, because if you look at it, oh, your property tax is based off the wealth of your land. Well, the wealth of your fucking land is based off of the fucking hogshead. It's based off of the price of tobacco that was set in 1750 fucking 7. So it's like, it's so convoluted that there's no wonder everybody just is like, I don't fucking know. What's it worth? You don't know until the bank tells you. Right? It's stupid. But
and this is all based off a leaf, because isn't tobacco a leaf?
Yeah, tobacco's a leaf. It's in the nightshade family. It's similar to like tomatoes and peppers.
Is it nightshade?
I was going to say that's crazy.
Yeah, well,
there's some.
We really only eat like 4 plants, right? We eat the nightshade family, which are potatoes, tomatoes, peppers. All of that shit is in a nightshade family. We eat the cucurbits, which are like your melons, your cucumbers. Yeah, we eat the squash family, which is all your various types of squash, and then we eat the wheat family, and then we eat the corn family, the ZMAs, and that's it. Those are the only. That's pretty much that covers all the foods that humans eat, except for like the outliers, like the weird ones, like cassava or like sweet potato. But it covers. Yeah. But those.
Where does the McDouble come in that?
You're going to your grasses is pretty much what your is also your grasses is the same as corn. Corn is just a modified grass. Same with wheat. So your grasses are going to be where your McDouble comes from, because the cows eat the fucking grass. Circle of life. Yeah.
The circle of life, and then they also render some of the shit in there and make it into the circle patty, which is I can't imagine this
circle. Yeah. But so yeah, tobacco is really fucking fascinating. Like, okay, so way back in the day, you're talking about like the Native American tobacco and stuff that originated in Mexico a long time ago, and it slowly made its way across most of North America through the trade between the native peoples of Mexico, not actual Mexicans, but like the native people of Mexico, and the Native Americans, right? The Apaches, the Comanches, everybody else, like doing trade down through there. And native tobacco, you can still grow it by the seeds or find it growing in a ditch somewhere. Totally smokable and totally processable, except it has up to 9% nicotine. So it is traditionally was used in very small amounts and mix with other herbs in order to smoke it. So you didn't fucking like shit yourself in the middle of a fucking like tribal deal. You're all sitting around, passes Pete's pipe, and then somebody fucking passes out and everyone shits himself. Be great. Because nicotine's
awesome.
a pretty potent, nicotine's pretty potent. But they used to use it to make poison arrows and also like poison and kill other critters. Because nicotine is processed by your body even after you die. So it leaves like you can kill something with nicotine, which is really quite easy to do accidentally. And then
really
eat it later. Yeah. So nicotine, a lot of the pesticides are based off of nicotine. And one of the things you're going to find when you grow your own nicotine, your own tobacco, is that not a lot of stuff eats it. The hornworms, the same little big old green ones that eat like your tomatoes, will munch on it a bit, but nothing really takes it down. Except for the tobacco mosaic virus, which is the largest and the first virus identified by humans. Pretty much tobacco just kind of fucking runs the world. So it's the largest virus and the first virus ever identified by humans. The tobacco mosaic virus is so large it can usually be seen with even like a really powerful magnifying glass. It is larger than most cells. It's a huge fucking virus. It's like the super Walmart of viruses. But yeah, it's pretty damn cool, man. So we get to that. Let's talk a little bit about seed starting. So tobacco seeds are tiny. They're like fucking grains of sand. They're like little powder bastards. They make like even poppy seeds look big, right? They're tiny. They have about a 10-to-1 ratio of being fertile. So if you want 100 plants, you need to plant like 1,000 seeds. But 1,000 seeds will fit on a toothpick. And they're really tiny. So the best, and they need light in order to germinate. So the best way to start them is to use your Petri dishes. You can use your leftover Petri dishes. You can use new Petri dishes. Doesn't really fucking matter. Just make sure to clean them first. So you take a Petri dish. You're going to put just a little tiny layer of seed starting mixture in the bottom of it. Mist it just lightly, and then sprinkle your seeds over the top of it, and then put the top on the Petri dish, and then put it underneath a grow light. In about 7 to 10 days, you'll get a whole bunch of tiny little sprouts. You pluck those little fuckers out with a tweezers, and then you're just going to put those with the little root ball and everything you plucked out, with a little bit of dirt, right in the sand. And now they're going to be tiny when you do this, like tiny little green specks. But they're pretty fragile at this stage. So they're really pretty fragile to like what's called dampening off, which is like mildew or mold infection, stuff like that. So the best way to deal with them is just have like a light fan blowing over them to keep the air moving, but don't let them dry out. So you need to mist them pretty regularly. If they dry out, they fucking die. They're really fragile at this stage. That's why you start a whole bunch of seeds, try a whole bunch of plants. Now, once the plants get 2 or 3 inches tall, they're pretty much bulletproof. By the time that they get to where you want to plant them out, where they'll be normally 4 to 5 inches tall when they can go outside, you can't fucking. They're as bulletproof as a tomato or a pepper. They're pretty much, unless you intentionally kill them, they're going to grow. One of the good ways to help them survive is as soon as you transplant them is to water them with a 50-50 fertilizer mix. It's going to be like a water, like Miracle Grow or a watered down, water soluble fertilizer that makes sure that it has boron in it. Most of them do, like Miracle Grow does, and then a whole bunch of them do. But if you get like one, like if you're going to do that Master Blend doesn't have boron added to it. But so you definitely want to make sure that you just use Miracle Grow. It's fucking cheap as shit. Or Miracle Grow knockoff. It already has boron in it. But 50% the strength. And water, they do really good. The boron helps them keep from getting infected with mold. After that, a good way, the old way they used to tell is when the first set of leaves on the bottom that come out are wider than a silver dollar. That's usually when they're 4 or 5 inches tall, that they can go outside. And you want to plant them after any danger of cold is over. Now, by the time that they are 4 to 5 inches tall, to the time that you put them in the ground, to the time that you harvest them, is only 60 to 65 days. They take the first 45 days of life to get to the 4 to 5 inch stage. And after that, they grow like fucking wildfire. In 60 to 65 days, you're talking 10-foot tall, 12-foot tall plants. They just boom, they really take off. And because of that,
spacing?
You can plant them touching. Like most of the time if you're going to grow a type of tobacco that's like, say, Swisher Sweets is made from, or chewing tobacco is made from, they plant them on 36-inch centers. And that's because they want them spaced out quite a bit because they want the leaf structure to be different. But most of them do 20 to 24-inch spacing because they don't care if they grow over the top of each other. Nobody gives a shit. They're not going to compete with each other. And if the bottom leaves get shaded, they die off a little quicker, and then they can harvest them faster.
Is it is it a different plant? Like, I know with cigars, you have to have the certain leaves on the outside, and then so they're different plants or different leaves.
Those are different varieties. Just like when you get with like a
strains.
Yeah, different strains. It's all the same. Like just like like when you're talking about peppers, like a jalapeno is the same fucking plant as a bell pepper, right? They're just one of them's bred for one thing, one's bred for another one. And we'll get into strain selection here in a little while. That is a goddamn rabbit hole. There's just like, remember our weed episode where there's like a billion strains? There are hundreds of thousands of strains of tobacco. I've waded through this goddamn bullshit, and I found ones that are like popular, like Cuban, like actual Cuban cigars, like Romeo and Juliet, and those ones that like are familiar to people. And like Robusto.
Did you just say Juliet?
No,
like
the
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I mean, you mean Juliet? Or did you mean Romero and Juliet?
Listen, I'm just pronouncing it like my Mexican does, okay? You fucking racist. All right. So it's really, really fun. Now, once you plant these little guys outside...
Wait. So if you know a girl named Julie, do you call her Huli?
It depends. Like, do you have I mean, if you have your green card, or if you're faking having your green card, like it depends. Like, what's your goal here? Are you trying to sound exotic?
Are you trying to get the $10,000? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
You walk over and try and walk back, like, so I need a job. I am not from here.
So these guys grow like really, really fast, like weeds. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you don't do is don't let them flower, unless you're trying to get seeds. And the ones
do they produce a lot of seeds?
Oh fuck yeah! Like each flower produces a seed head that once you like open it up and put it out, you'll end up with a little pile of like little black sand, like little seeds. The seeds are absolutely ridiculously tiny. Like probably about 10 of them equals one poppy seed, right? They're like powder. They're they're fucking tiny. So you'll end up with a little. Each seed pod holds something like 10,000 or some odd seeds, and each plant flower stalk probably has 100 flowers on it. They produce a fuckload of seeds. You only need to ever do one plant, and we'll get
Same
into
as marijuana. Same as marijuana.
Yeah, you'll have fuckloads of seeds, a lifetime supply of them. You don't, but for your production ones, you don't want them to go to seeds. What you're going to do is called topping. Once the plant gets 3 foot tall, it's going to try, most varieties, about 99% of them, are going to try to start sending up a primary stalk right straight through the middle that's going to have the flower bud on it. You're going to break that shit off, right? Now, damaging the flower stalk like that, you can cut it off, break it off. They go in with these special mowers and just literally mow the fucking top of the plants just to keep them from growing flower heads. Now, once you damage it like that, the plant freaks the fuck out. Up until that point, it's like very little nicotine in the plant. Whoever figured this shit out is fucking crazy, right? So, but once you break that flower head off, the plant freaks the fuck out and makes 10, 20 times as much nicotine. So all of a sudden it goes to like 2, 3, 4% nicotine. The leaves themselves go from these flimsy little things to like hard, like rhubarb. You ever had rhubarb? Right?
Yeah.
Like rhubarb leaves. They go to like
Rigid
rhubarb.
leaves.
Yeah, like they become more rigid, they become more rubbery, they're a lot bigger, they're thicker, and you need them to go through that period so that you can work with the leaves later. Because if you don't and you keep the stalk and everything, all you're going to be able to do is make like loose fill tobacco with them. Because even then, it's not going to be very high in nicotine. But that loose fill tobacco, because it's just going to crumble. You won't be able to ferment it right. You won't be able to roll with it. You won't be able to do anything with it. It's just going to turn to like dry leaves you pick up off the ground, just powder, right? So you damage that stalk, and then what it's going to try to do, it's going to call it suckering. It's going to go down to about the 5th or 6th leaf up from the bottom and try to put more stalks out around the plant. Let those get up, 3 or 4 inches, and you'll see the little seed heads start again, and snap those off. Those are the only time you're going to actually need to do that is that first suckering, because the plant will get to maturity before you have to deal with suckering again a third time, right, or second time. Now, there's 2 different ways to harvest these. There is the way that you're going to just harvest the whole plant. That's like how Philip Morris and everybody else does, right? And that way you're going to get a pretty damn good harvest. But if you're doing it like artisanally, like in your backyard and you have 10 plants, or like how we're going to, well, I guess me and whatever slaves I can get to do this with, help me, are going to be doing is we're going to be harvesting from the bottom up. As the leaves turn yellow or look mottled at all, you would break off the bottom leaves and leave the rest of them going and just work your way up the plant until you're about 3/4 of the way up the plant, and then just chop the son of a bitch and leave it on the ground. And that's how you do it, but you'll get bigger leaves with a more robust and sweeter flavor and aroma if you do it the like heirloom, like artisanal way. If you do it the Philip Morris way, where they come in there and they chop the plants off at the bottom once they reach a certain height, and then they lay them over in the sun, and they let them wilt. They have to let them wilt, because those leaves, if you pinch them, they'll snap just like rhubarb leaves, right? So once they wilt, and that can take, in a hot place like Texas, maybe 3 hours. In Canada, where you guys are at, maybe 8 hours. It's going to really depend on how hot of a day you do it. You want to do it on a pretty warm day with a lot of sun, so that the plants don't start developing any sort of mold or anything. You actually want them to wilt, and they're wilted when you can pick up the base of the stalk that you cut, and the plant's all droopy, right? Instead of it just sitting straight out like a stick anymore, now it's like a broken penis. So once it gets to broken penis status, that's how you can just spear it. How they would,
wife.
Yeah, the disappointed wife period, the whiskey dick stage, is that they'll spear it. So they'd have these long poles. They put the whole stalk, and they'd go to the bottom of the stalk. They'd spear it onto these long poles, and they'd hang it up in rafters to dry. Traditionally, they'd hang it up in rafters of a barn or under the eaves of a house. Like houses would have those big wraparound porches. Well, the purpose of the big wraparound porches with the exposed rafters is so they could put those sticks up inside the rafters and keep it out of the rain, keep it out of the direct sun. Direct sun will break down the nicotine over time, so you definitely don't want them to be in that. And then they would air dry it for a few days, and they get into fermentation. So, how do you know when it's? Yeah. Oh, the curing process is a fucking bitch, and we're gonna get to that. That is a whole damn science by its fucking self. So how when your leaves are ready to harvest, if you're doing it the artisanal way, is when they start getting mottled, they start getting brown, or they start going yellow. Now you still need to wilt them. So what a lot of people will do is they'll take they'll go and they'll harvest their leaves and put them in a stack and just like run a string through them, or tie the ends together and then leave them in the sun until they're floppy. And once they're floppy, then they'll just hang them up by bundles from the rafters. Your average plant is going to give, if you harvest it the Philip Morris way, you're going to get 12 to 14 leaves. that are usable off of the plant. If you harvest it the artisanal way, you get 20 to 17 to 20 leaves. And they're a much larger leaf. Now, when I say they're a large leaf, I don't think people really understand how big tobacco leaves are. Average tobacco leaf is about the same size as the torso of a human. They're like 3 feet fucking long and 2 feet wide. They're fucking massive. They're huge leaves, which is really cool, right? But you need to let them dry once you've decided to get a bundle of them together for 3 to 7 days in the rafters, right? You want to do it, preferably you'd have somewhere that's kind of humid. If you're trying to do it in Arizona, you're going to want to dry it inside your house where your natural humidity of the house is about 50 or so percent. You don't need to really add humidity at this stage because they have a lot of humidity in them. So once it's been 3 to 7 days, you're going to take them off. Now, there's a bunch of different ways now to ferment the leaves. You need to ferment them because right now they're high in ammonia. You don't want to smoke ammonia. It's not good for you. They're going to be very sharp tasting and very like toilet bowl cleaner, not a party. There are, and we'll talk about varieties that are air cured and air dried, and they're okay to smoke as is at this stage. But most of them, 90 plus, require to be actually fermented. Now, there's the natural fermentation way and the forced fermentation way. The natural fermentation way is to take all your leaves, put them in a very humid area. A lot of people will build a humidor
like
type thing. No, the cheat way is to put them in like a Mylar bag and then put the Mylar bag into a like a cooler with like a 15-watt light bulb in there or some heat tape to keep it like 90 degrees or so. But then you still have to like open or shake the bag up or move the bag around every day or the mold, right? So that is the traditional way, is that you're going to lay your leaves out somewhere humid, mist them every day, turn them every day, look at them, fucking touch them every day. I do not have patience for that. So forced fermentation. And that, okay, so the traditional fermentation way gives you a nice round, pleasing mouthfeel, and a lot more naturey flavor. I don't know how to. They say it. They said it's naturey, and like a wild type dirt like flavor, and that's to some people, I guess that's what they want. But if you want like a sweet, robust, mellow, you want to do the forced fermentation. So forced fermentation is you take your giant stack of leaves. You can store your leaves in a like cooler, like a 50-quart cooler, in somewhere that's warm, like out in the sun, or in a shady spot if it's really warm outside, for quite a few days, like up to 60 days, and until you get a lot of leaves together. So your forced fermentation is going to be where you stack your leaves, you press them like with a weight on them, and you want to kind of squish all the air out. Then you take that block of leaves that you've now squished, and you can bundle it or just wrap it in saran wrap like you would like fucking weed, and then put that somewhere warm for 30 to 60 days. You can go longer, but 30 to 60 days is all you need that way. Forced fermentation can happen, and if the conditions are right, in 7 days. So you want to open it and smell it every once in a while. If it smells sweet, it's good. If it smells sour, you need to do something. And that can be as much as open it up and reshuffle the leaves, just like take the ones from the top, put them on the bottom, in the middle, take the ones from the middle, put them on the top, and reshuffle them and then mist them again with a little bit of water. You want to stay above 50% hydration in your leaves, right? So 25 to 50% hydration in your leaves. If you go below 25, they crumble to shit. If you go above 50, you grow mold. Now, during this time, they're going to change from a light brown color to the dark color you see in like tobacco, right? Like the dark brown color. And that's forced fermentation. Forced fermentation, in a nutshell, is how they're going to do with a whole bunch of like your traditional tobacco that you smoke out of cigarettes, tobacco you get like high-end pipe tobacco, stuff like that is going to be force fermented. Just because it works a lot better, it makes a nice product that is consistent, right? You're not going to have one leaf that tastes weirdly like grass and one leaf that tastes like, really good tobacco. You can just go to it and know that the entire bundle is going to have roughly the same flavor profile. That works out really well. Now we're going to talk about dark the dark fire method. This method is the one that really weirdly appeals to me. So how you do your dark fire method is, remember how we just talked about spearing the stalks? So you'll take your tobacco from the field, you'll chop it while it's still green, but in the leaves, if you can take a leaf on the plant from the top part of the plant, remember you've topped your plants off at 3 foot tall, so they're manageable. And they're going to put all the rest of their energy into making nicotine and growing much larger leaves. If you can grab one of the leaves at the top and pinch it in half and it snaps like a carrot, like a fresh carrot, then you're done. Chop that bitch off at the fucking ground. Wilt it in the sun until it's whiskey dick stage. Spear it, hang it up in a smoker. Now they have these giant smoking barns, and they basically have roof vents along the top and roof vents along the bottom, and they make large smoky fires inside of them. And traditionally what they do is they would take these large planks, they would take oak wood and cut it into planks like you would for making like 2x4s and stuff, lay them on the ground, then take all the sawdust that they'd cut from the wood mill and lay it up on top of them, so that as the wood burned down at the bottom, the sawdust would fall in and keep it from actually making a flame fire. And it would smolder and smolder and smolder and keep the humidity up. It would keep the humidity up just by the air exchange in there, and slowly smoke the tobacco and make a dark brown, almost black tobacco. That's where your Swisher Sweets come from, is a dark fire tobacco, and those kind of like mini cigars and stuff. But primarily dark fire tobacco is going to be in your like chew, like Levi Garrett, stuff like that. And also your finer pipe tobaccos. If you ever smelled like a really nice, sweet, rich, dark, smoky pipe tobacco, before you even light it on fire, it smells really good. And that would be.
Is that where the vibe of virgin comes from? But it smells
the
good.
What?
You know how they roll cigars on the virgin's thigh to go ahead and make a Cuban?
No, I think that's just because cigars are vaguely penile shaped. I mean,
looks like a phallic.
Yeah, you're just rolling the phallus on their thighs. So, I mean, it sounds good.
You've never heard that before?
Yeah, I have.
All right.
So I've seen the let's talk about if you wanted to do it like the Chad way to ferment fucking shit is going to be forced fermentation. If you want to do it the fucking geek way, then you need basically like a shotgun fruiting
chamber
setup. Yeah, you need basically that. You need to keep your humidity up. You want to keep everything off of it, but you got to handle the fucking leaves every day because you got to rotate them in or out to keep them from fermenting, because they have enough fucking air that they will mold. And that method can take 6 to 10 fucking weeks to ferment. Like, that can take a long fucking time. You're dark firing your tobacco. It's fermenting as it's getting smoked. You can simulate this if you have like electric smoker, and you can set it to like 170 degrees or so, and then crank your smoke to like medium, and then smoke your tobacco in there for like 8 to 10 hours. Take your tobacco out, mist it with some water, compress it into a block, and wrap it with saran wrap, and put it like somewhere warm in your freaking house, or out in the garage if your garage is like 80 to 100 degrees. Put it outside in the garage or under the steps, whatever, away from critters, and put it out there for a week, and it'll rock and roll that way. It'll make a really good way. I'm going to do some dark fired tobacco because I want to see, and I'm going to do a lot of the forced ferment. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to try to mix the two together and come up with what tastes the best.
Flue cured blends, bro.
Yeah.
How dare you start a podcast without me, by the way?
We tried to get a hold of you. God damn it.
Sorry, I got in late. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. So at the end of your fermentation stage, you'll end up with this this very workable, leathery type leaf, right? If your leaves are crumbly at all, put them in a hydration chamber, and you can make a hydration chamber out of anything. A bucket, doesn't matter. Missed it, put the fucking lid on, and let it sit for a while. The new, I guess, traditional way to doing it is to take some heat tape in a box and like put a bowl of water on the heat tape or a hot pad in the box, put the medium, and then put all your leaves in there and let it just kind of steam them a little bit. So when you take your leaves out, they should feel leathery. They should look like leather, like real well-grained leather after they're done fermenting. You're going to want to roll that over a rounded surface. So like a dowel, a baseball bat. Baseball bats were pretty popular back in the day for a way to process them because everybody had fucking baseball bats, right? So you'll take the leaf, roll.
Can I use
once,
a hockey stick?
Twice. If it has
Canadian.
rounded edges on it.
Only for Canadian tobacco.
Yeah, only for Canadian tobacco. As long as it has rounded edges, you don't want any sharp edges on this. What you're trying to do is you're trying to break that stem that's going down the middle and also make the leaf more pliable. Your leaf will open up at that stage because you kind of broke the fibers down, and lay your leaves out flat on a surface next to you. You're going to want to put them on like cardboard or something because they're going to fucking stain absolutely goddamn anything they touch. At that point, you're going to want to, after you've worked, that's called working your leaves. After you've worked all your leaves, you're going to go back through there and you can strip the stem out by hand if you're fucking like a boss. You just pinch it and pull and it'll all strip out from the middle. Most people these days, though, they're just cutting it out with like a sharp knife against like, a background of some type. And that stem that goes down through the middle of each leaf, that's not going to be good to smoke. That's going to be really harsh. What happens with it is if you look in shitty tobacco, like Camel cigarettes or whatever, American Spirit or whatever the cheap cigarettes are nowadays, you'll see the little like tan-colored flakes in there. Those are stem, and they make the cigarettes harsher. They also carry a whole bunch of carcinogens, so you definitely want to get rid of those stems.
They hold a whole bunch of what?
Carcinogens.
Oh, cancer-causing agents. Gotcha.
Cancery shit. Yeah. So at that point, now you can work it with however you want. So if you've already separated out your tobacco to where you haven't processed it all in one big bundle, you definitely want to keep your pipe tobacco, your filler tobacco, your wrapper tobaccos. You want to treat each one. You want to keep those separately because your leaf and wrapper tobacco is designed to add to the whole smoking, like to a pipe. You know what I mean? Sorry, to add to the whole smoking a cigar. It's meant to keep everything together, be a little bit tougher, and add like whatever flavor you want. Some of them add molasses-y type flavors, but they're a different type of leaf. They're a bit thicker. You don't want to try to chop up. There's some dual use, but most of the wrapper tobacco is going to be wrapper tobacco, right? Your filler tobacco, you need to chop it very fine. There's a billion ways to do it. The traditional way is basically looks like a paper cutter, and you can use a paper cutter to cut it up super fine.
A paper shredder works.
Yeah, a paper shredder would probably work pretty well too, as long as it's not the one that makes things squares.
Right.
So now there's different ways. So we've gotten to the drying and the fermenting way. Now, you can do your drying two different ways, right? So if we go back and look at drying again, you can do your air drying, which we talked about, or you can do flue drying, which is where you use warm, dry air. So what they would normally do is they would have it like fans. They have fans blowing in through a barn. Even back in the day, they would have fans that were drawn by horses, and it would blow the hot air through. So it was constant air motion. It speeds up the drying process quite a bit. Quite a bit.
And sometimes they actually add a little bit of smoke, certain types of smoke to get the tobacco more flavor when they flue cure.
Yeah, we got to the dark curing and the dark firing stuff was really, really fun. Seed saving for tobacco is going to be almost identical to seed saving for your weed. You're going to bag it and then switch the bags. But pretty much, that's pretty much what it comes to that. Now,
also with flue curing, some people will spray like a sugar water mixture on the leaves to give it a little bit of a different flavor when they're doing their blends later on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can use like maple syrup, all kinds of crazy stuff.
God, that's insane. Like this is such a fucking rabbit hole. You can go so deep.
Yeah.
When it comes to selecting your tobacco types, the most common is called Burley TN90. It's one of the most widely grown varieties. It's very high disease resistance, super high yield. It's one of the most forgiving varieties to grow. It's been grown forever. And the seeds are readily available. I think they're like $3 a packet. Now, some of the ones that I've read about that I think I would like to try when we make our tobacco. These are the ones that I want to grow. There's Havana 608. It's a cigar filler tobacco. It's 65 days to maturity. It grows about 6 feet tall. It air cures just fine by itself to a medium brown. It's got about 20 leaves per plant. For the cigar wrapper of what we're going to make as far as our FAFO fucking cigars, I'm going to use the Dominican Republic one. They have this long, narrow leaves. They're about 10 inches wide by 24 inches long. They're about 6 to 7 foot tall plant. And once again, like 65 days.
Another little tidbit of info on your wrapper tobacco. You where you grow it at, you want to like put posts in the ground and put cheesecloth up over it. It grows better than a slight shade. They call it shade leaf tobacco. For the wrapper tobacco. That's the only one you do that with. Okay, sorry. They grew tobacco near my hometown in Florida. It was actually called Havana, Florida, because that's what they were famous. That was what they were famous for.
So one of the other ones is going to be Black Sea Samson.
Samson, Izmir, Burley, and Virginia are your foremost comments.
Yeah, this one's supposed to. It's a good filler. It has sweet smoke. Has sweet, rich smell. A soft mouthfeel. They get like 4 to 5 feet tall when they're topped. Moonlight. There's another variety. Even when it's topped, it'll get 10 feet tall. They have these huge leaves. They have the big, big leaves. Historically, they've been used for wrappers. This one is best flue cured. Paris wrapper is the last one that I'm going to be growing this season. These get about 6 feet tall when they're topped. They make a really big leaf. It's about 20 inches wide by 3 feet long. That can be used as a filler or a wrapper. It's best flue cured as well. And those are the ones I'm going to be kind of experimenting with, just to give this one a hell of a shot at growing this tobacco. Tobacco, like the lore and stuff of the tobacco, it's just it pretty much grew America. It's so fascinating,
right?
It's
my attempts at growing tobacco were all geared towards growing my favorite brand of pre-rolled cigarettes. So I love Camels, so that's why I want the Turkish and all the others to mix in.
Nice.
But that's what Izmir is, a Turkish tobacco. It's a smaller plant, but it's really sweet and sour at the same time.
Nice. Where I'm going to be getting the seeds from is going to be from Victory Seed Company.
That's where I got mine.
VictorySeeds.com. They're the ones that I've found that have like They have well over 100 varieties of heirloom tobacco. And one of the good things I like about them, if you go and you look at other places that have tobacco seeds, they carry like one or two varieties, or they just have a variety that's called heirloom tobacco, or like it's some generic variety.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys, they've spent the time and they have the actual, like, what you get is what you order is what you fucking get. So, and all the way from the wild types to Virginia Gold, right? Like they have everything, and they're all running about $3.50 a pack for seeds. So I'm definitely gonna.
I don't know. I'm looking at $4.50
Oh,
for the Pennsylvania broadleaf tobacco. I just said the Pennsylvania is right next to me, so maybe that'd be the one I should buy.
Tobacco is a very hardy plant. It will, after like the first season, they say it'll acclimate to your area, so the seeds will grow better the following year because it gets used to your environment.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it can be grown in all 50 states, even Alaska.
I'm definitely gonna.
You only need 100 days outside.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let these fuckers crossbreed like a motherfucker. So we're gonna come up with our own mutant fucking FAFO goddamn fucking tobacco variety.
At the end of the world, we'll be important motherfuckers if we got tobacco.
We can bring back slavery,
right?
Fucking feral.
It sounds like a great running platform for your next congressman.
Bring it back. You mean it left?
It just left, the United States. It's still in other countries,
Oh yeah,
it's here too. It's here too.
It is.
Ask my wife. Slavery's still here.
We are. Well, I mean, they have the people in slavery here now, or the people that are like shipped over here. They get a visa through these people, and then they're indentured servants. Having to work for their company for $2 an hour until they pay off the debt.
Go ahead and see what happens when you stop paying your bills and tell me you're not a goddamn slave to the bank.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's send the goddamn cops to come and get your money.
Yeah, it's like if you don't pay for the extortion that they're taking out of you, they're going to send people with guns to come and put you in a cell.
Speaking of people with guns, there's some nasty rumors going around about me on the internet, and I just want everybody to know it wasn't me. Okay, I was hacked or something. Okay.
The hamster was willing.
Yeah,
the hamster wanted to do what it needed to do.
Are you talking about your bird typing trim?
Yeah, the bird. It was the bird. That's what it was. The bird hacked me.
The bird diapers. Yeah. The bird hacked his account.
I think before we finish with the fucking and get off the goddamn subject, I really do think that the growing tobacco is worthwhile for everybody, even if they just fucking experiment with it. I think it's really, really cool. It's got a lot of cool history, but also, I mean, even if you don't fucking smoke tobacco, it's a hell of a trade fucking item.
It's a beautiful plant and other it's an insect repellent also.
You can use most of your insecticides are nicotine based insecticides. So you could just grow tobacco, mush it up in fucking water, spray your other fucking plants and kill all the bugs up.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's gonna work better if you boil it first to make a tea out of it. But if you had to, I mean, you could just mush it up.
I'm gonna jump real quick. What the fuck? I'm gonna buy 2 packs of seeds right now.
Okay.
Which one should I get?
Burley TN95
in Virginia.
Burley TN90, yeah, in Virginia.
Virginia Brightleaf and hold on, you said a T95. I see it.
No, T90, just T90. Sorry, Burley T90. That's the one those are the two that would probably do best for you. Both of those are
common smoking tobaccos. Yeah,
and they're also like fucking like bulletproof.
Yeah, highly domesticated. They're like landrace mushrooms. They're
gonna be super super easy. It's a TN90 Burley tobacco. It's right in the first page, and the Virginia Gold Leaf, the two right next to each other. Those are gonna be your easiest to grow ones.
All right.
I hear they have really cool flowers too.
They do.
So Virginia Gold, not Virginia Bright. There's a difference.
Yeah, Virginia Gold is going to be your pretty standard. That's going to be like the type that you are probably most familiar with if you've smoked like Camels or Marlboros and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, I smoke pipe tobacco, and I'm smoking the highest grade Warrior Indian tobacco right now.
I'm smoking the highest high card brand tobacco right now. Pipe tobacco.
Okay, so if you're gonna do for like if you're gonna do like a pipe tobacco.
Well, this is sold as pipe tobacco, even though it's actually cigarette tobacco, so that you can get around the cigarette tax. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
I do smoke it in pipe though, because I'm too cheap to buy.
I would do cherry red for a pipe tobacco. It literally says fucking pipe tobacco in the description. It's a 75-day one, but it has a shitload of leaves, 26 leaves to crown. They're big leaves, and they're really it's a really mild pipe tobacco. I do it like cherry gold and then do the burley and then mix those two bitches together and come up with a really nice pipe tobacco.
Nice.
And I prefer Turkish tobacco over just about every other kind, but it's a little harder to grow and smaller.
God, I've read literally the description on each one of these fucking tobaccos, and like I'm gonna have fucking tobacco dreams or nightmares tonight. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good dream. Maybe I own it in my dream. I own a fucking tobacco plantation full of just bored people and stuff that are totally free and not at all there against their will.
Is there so about all this tobacco information? Is there like a tobacco sommelier? Or term?
Yes.
Yes.
There are in like big cities. You can go into certain bars or tobacco sampling bars, and you can like sit in these walk-in humidors and sample thousands of dollars cigars and shit.
Oh, we had the
what would
rooms.
the first
You're
thing
in a
be
glass.
called?
You're in a glass room, and you're fucking sitting there smoking it.
Yeah. God, there's one that's called Angels and Devils. I think that's in San Antonio. That I've been to. I think it's Angels and Devils, but it's like the ultimate man bar thing. They've got like good whiskey and like every imaginable type of cigar, and they'll roll you a cigar.
In those places, yeah.
Yeah, you could like pick out the fucking tobacco and have it rolled right there in front of you, and then sit there and smoke in the fucking bar. And then there's like the back part of it has like a barber shop. So like everything you need to have fucking done, right?
You're getting the shave and you're smoking a cigar.
And next door is like a fucking car oil change place. So drop your fucking car off, go get a goddamn haircut, smoke a fucking cigar, and drink a goddamn whiskey.
And then drive home. Perfect.
That's just like mommy's kisses.
That's responsibility.
Yeah.
2 shots of scotch. Got my 38 snub nose in my boot. We're good to go collect from the shark.
It cost me $7 for the seeds, and then it cost me $6 to ship them. What the fuck? Damn it! The sons of bitches.
It was fuck you with
That's
the shipping.
Still a pretty fucking good deal. Oh, since I put up the greenhouse, like all of my my pepper, remember the dayteal peppers? They've been taking forever to grow. Something magic happened in the greenhouse. Some bitches shot the fuck up. So probably another 2 weeks-ish before I'm gonna be able to ship them to y'all.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get some fucking daytail peppers, and I'll just ship everybody's fucking everything else at the same time, man. One big shipment.
Nice.
But
dude, how does this company have my goddamn credit card?
What?
Uh-oh.
I just went to go pay out this fucking thing, and it's trying to.
Fucking your browsers now remember all your credit card information without asking you. It's kind of shitty.
I've turned that off, so it's still doing
turn
it in the
themselves
fucking
back
background.
They turn themselves back on.
Look at the bottom. It has it. They're integrated with everywhere. Venmo, Visa, Shopify, Google Pay, Meta, Discover. They're Apple Pay. they're integrated with everybody. So as long as it's registered, like it's your what's that fucking stupid shit called? The one IP address, and like everything matches up, then it's gonna autofill.
Yeah, it's annoying.
That's how they're gonna get you.
I literally have to check my bank app at least twice a day just to see who the fuck has their fingers in my account. I mean, it's the only way.
Only paying subscriptions.
Well, porn subscriptions, 1-800, I'm lonely, normal stuff.
You don't have to be lonely.
At farmersonly.com.
If only there were some girl farmers on there, I'd be set.
Add the fucking bar. That made me happy.
You can't.
The farmers were
well timed. It's glorious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Made me happy.
Very beautiful.
Being called beautiful by two men is just, the highlight of my evening.
Sorry, I was late today, guys. I was out romping around in the woods after work.
Did you hide the body?
Anywhere else?
No, me and my buddy, we went out and we found this huge hill on our property that overlooks like everything for miles and miles, and we made our plans on how to build a little trail up to it, and we're going to build like a half underground cabin this summer to go hang out and shit and smoke drugs. I mean, think about other people who smoke drugs.
Ah, yes. Well, maybe you'll be able to roll it up in some tobacco you made.
Tobacco, we're going to cook out, we're going to build a rocket stove in there, and go hang out in the winter, everything, man. It's going to be the ultimate man cave.
They'll be here on Saturday, and that's true. I love man cave.
So let's talk about some fun stuff to do with your nicotine now that you have it. So nicotine is a super potent freaking neurotoxin.
Yeah, you can just kill it down and kill the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, that's what we're getting at. So remember how we talked about at the very beginning that the native tobacco can be up to 9% fucking nicotine, like way higher than regular tobacco? Now, you can go out there in the ditch and just fucking pick that shit and boil it down to a tea, remove all the matter, and you'll end up with this dark brown fucking tea. And then just keep evaporating it off gently with a double boiler until you get like this thin syrup at the bottom. And then people would use that to coat darts and shit to kill fucking birds and fucking ground squirrels or whatever the hell else people ate. But that stuff right there, if you mix with a little bit of DMSO, now becomes skin absorbable. And probably, theoretically, maybe would be a good way to, kill rodents that just happen to be running around your property. Things like that.
Yeah, the lethal human dose for nicotine is 60 milligrams, in case you guys know.
Yeah, you'd be way above that. In a very small amount of that tea, if you took like 4 or 5 pounds of that wild stuff and put it in a big pot, boiled that down to where it's like maybe a quarter of a cup, you're going to end up with like maybe 30 to 50 grams of nicotine in there. That's a lot. That'll do you. That'll do you, donkey. That'll do you. That's enough. That's enough right there. Now, as a useful thing, besides like getting rid of mutant zombie bikers in the zombie apocalypse, the useful version of that is that now you have that concentrate. It's pretty fucking shelf stable. If you want to make it further shelf stable, you can split it in half, like by its weight with like rubbing alcohol, ethyl alcohol, whatever you want. And then now it's like a 50-50 alcohol mix. And now you can use that with like 1 teaspoon and 5 gallons of fucking water as a spray to kill like insects, wood boring bugs, like around your survival cabin in the middle of the woods or whatever else you wanted to make. Or just make a hell of a batch of rat poison, spray it on a whole bunch of corn and throw that fucking shit around so the damn rats and stuff will eat it and die.
Wow.
But
that's crazy. In theory, there's enough nicotine in between 4 to 6 cigarettes to kill a human.
Yeah.
But
except for those
when you smoke it, you don't actually ingest all of it.
Except for those fucking crazy old barflies that talk like Marge Simpson at the end of the fucking VFW table. That bitch right there, she's like 38% fucking nicotine.
Yeah, well, I mean, every cigarette contains anywhere from 11 to 15 milligrams of nicotine, but when you smoke it, you only ingest 1 to 2. So technically, if you were like chain smoked 60 cigarettes, you would die.
Yeah. Now I gotta ask: has anyone else seen someone eat a cigarette?
I've done it.
I've done it.
You've done it. Now, how much are you ingesting then if you're eating a cigarette? Filter and
11 to 15 milligrams you're ingesting.
Enough to make you shit yourself.
So if you ate 6 cigarettes, you would die. Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that, guys. This is not a pleasant way.
It'd be a rough way to go.
It causes a heart attack. Is how you kill.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's not gonna fit. Yeah, you're gonna shit yourself in the process. You're gonna sludge out, right?
Don't you always shit yourself when you die?
You regret that for 4 hours.
It's called sludge, right? Like the acronym for it is fucking sludge. It's salivation, lacrimation, urticaria, gastrointestinal distress, and crying.
Back in the old days earlier days of vaping, I used to make my own juice, and I was actually able to procure 100% pure nicotine for making my own juice. They don't sell that anymore.
I had a big bottle of that, but I made my own juice and slowly worked my way through it. The closest I can get now is that they will sell me is 30%.
Yeah, they really cut back on that because it was such a dangerously potent stuff. Like you can get on your skin and poison yourself.
Oh, people were dying, because they were fucking retards. You get these
or mix up a fucking batch of pure nicotine vape juice like an idiot,
Oh, I watched a fucking video of some dude doing a pure nicotine hit, and the guy he really didn't look like he was feeling good. He took a huge fucking rip off of a mod and like held it and then blew it out and then immediately fucking vomited and fell off the chair. So I don't know. Maybe he did. If he died doing what he loved. We'd all be so lucky.
What?
That's not the way you want to go.
No, die doing what you love. I mean, he died loving to get clout. Like he died.
What's dangerous?
Trying to get internet
salt. That's dangerous because it's not harsh like regular nicotine.
No.
Ooh. You can make some wicked powerful vape juice. We won't get into that though.
But so that is basically all I have for this. Remember, back to seed saving though. If you want to keep like your burley TN90, you want to bag a flower head before you let it get, because tobacco is a slut. Yeah, tobacco is a goddamn slut. It makes a huge flower head with a whole bunch of flowers, and each flower turns into a seed pod with a fuckload of seeds, and you can have different seeds in each flower head because it's a slut, right? Like they don't. Yeah,
it's
so
like
you
the
can
puppy dog that's born with 4 different dads. Yeah.
It's going to be on Jerry Springer next week. So
you're saying.
Yeah. So if you want to keep it the same thing, like the Victory Seed people do, they bag every fucking head. So they bag the heads. Well, after it goes to, then you take that bagged head, bend it over, tap on it a bunch. All of the pollen will come out. Take it off of that one and put it on the one you want to switch the heads, switch the bags, and then shake it and mess it around.
Similar to breeding marijuana.
Yeah, just like we talked about with on the previous episode. That pretty almost identical. Yeah, but now remember though, the ones you're saving for fucking future seeds are not going to be that high in nicotine. To get the higher nicotine, the nicotine levels like you want, you have to torture the plant a little bit. You have to deadhead it, top it off, and then kill the suckers when they come up. And that stimulates the plant to make more nicotine and make the leaves thicker and more robust so you can work with them later. If you don't do this, you end up with like flaky ass fucking weak leaves with a weak nicotine level. The
So
only
just
ones,
save a couple plants that you want to use as breeders, and the rest you want to treat like a redheaded stepchild, as they would say.
Now, the only ones that are going to be that's going to be high nicotine without being tortured like that is the original like old like just ditch tobacco type stuff.
The land
now,
race.
The landrace, that is harsh. I would not recommend it. My only experience
go for it, bro.
My only experience with it was as a fucking kid. We knew what it was because, and so me and my brother, we'd whittled our little fucking pipes, and then went out and got some and dried it, crumbled it up, and put it in the pipe and smoked it. It was terrible. It was like lawn clippings that made you fucking dizzy. It was, it did not taste good. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. But if you imagine if you aged it a little bit, like you dried it right, and then fermented it, the fermentation step is. I've stressed this a few times throughout this conversation. It's very, very necessary to remove the ammonias and turn the nicamides into nicotine. So it really reduces the amount of carcinogens, cancer-causing stuff.
You need to turn all the Juliets into Juliets.
That's exactly right.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful.
Dude,
that's about all I have.
There's 100 seeds in each one of these bags.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it says 100 seeds, dude, but nobody's fucking counting something the size of goddamn fucking,
tiny. Very, very tiny.
Like nobody's counting powder. What they're probably doing is they have a little small fucking scoop.
Yeah.
And they're going scoop, in there.
Or they have the electric scale that is going through a fucking conveyor belt.
Dude, there's 100 seeds is going to weigh the same as probably 8 poppy seeds, right? No, that's not even going to fucking register. I guarantee it, inside there's a tiny little crack baggie that has the seeds in it, and a little crack baggie weighs more than the fucking seeds.
Is there a crack in the baggie?
No, but you can save the baggie if you crack in it later.
Then it's not really a bag. It's not really a crack baggie if there's a crack in it.
Crack bag.
If crack has resided inside of the bag, does it become the crack baggie?
Then it's always a crack bag.
From then
it's
on,
it's like a guy that builds bridges. He sucks one dick. He's now a cocksucker. He's not a bridge builder.
Yeah, or you fuck a pig one time.
I got a fucking joke. This old Irish guy comes up to a bar, and he's sitting in the bar, and he's looking down and stuff, and the bartender's like, "So what's wrong?" He's like, "You save a wee baby from a burning building. They don't call you the saver. You donate all your worldly possessions to the church. They don't call you the donator, but you fuck one goat."
Right?
Your goat
forever
for life.
Never goes away. I hear.
Okay, so now I'm excited. That should be the contest. I have a new contest. We grow our own fucking tobacco.
And then it's not. Yeah, it's
see
not.
Who has the best blend?
Who has the best blend?
Yeah, it's not a unattainable thing. I was trying to make it as simple.
I have tobacco seeds somewhere. I should find them.
Now they don't last forever because they're so small. They don't have enough oils in them to last like more than like 2 or 3 years.
Well, I'm going on 2 years for these, so
you're probably going to get
50%,
maybe 50% germination rate. But remember, they have a kind of a people tend to bury them. They need sunlight. No, they don't do so well. They can from year to year, but like multiple years, they don't do so well. How they save them in the seed vault, like the Svalbard seed vault, is they put them in propylene glycol and then they fucking freeze it.
So it's Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Svalbard?
But, Svalbard, whatever the fuck, I don't know.
I'm
not educated. Like,
Hey, at least I remember close to what it sounded like. I'm better than half the people out there.
I was somewhat close. I know what it looks like.
Svalbard Sweet Seed Bank in Switzerland?
Sure thing there, Harold.
Where the fuck is
Slightly
it? Greenland? Iceland? I don't remember. One of them fucking lands.
Yeah, that's a cool place. Definitely a zombie apocalypse destination.
Yeah, but we never talked about the tobacco during our apocalypse episode. That'd be a good
damn good
crop to have.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That'd be better than weed. That would be better than fucking having cocoa plants.
Well, it's going to be more useful, not only to make like a pot of soup to kill the raiders that are in town, but also to make, like, to me, it's not just, hey, I've got an addictive substance I can get my, the Joneses over there who are addicted to. It's more along the lines of all the different uses for it.
I thought tobacco itself is slightly addictive, but with all the additives and everything else that the companies put in there, makes it a lot.
Most of the additives come from what they're spraying on the plant to keep it like the growth. Okay, so Philip Morris is a bad one about this. They use a fucking series of so Philip Morris uses a series of stuff because they don't want to pay to have some people go out there and pluck off all of the suckers. So when they top it, they have a spray that they use. They spray on it. It has a shit. It's basically chemicals fucking holding hands. It inhibits the plant ability to grow suckers at the same time as being like a systemic fungicide and a systemic herbicide that the plant can pull up and defend its roots with, and a systemic like bug killer. It is fucking, it looks like antifreeze. Like it really fucking does. It's this neon fucking green slime shit. And it's like, ew, that's not healthy. And they admit it's not healthy. And the people that are applying it to the fucking plants you're supposed to ingest are wearing full hazmat suits. So I imagine it comes from the chemicals that they're adding to the fucking plants during the growth stages. It's not coming from anything to treat the plant with it after the growth stages. When it's come to the drying and everything else, the nicotines are concentrated to the point where not much is going to affect it. Sometimes you'll get a mold in there, but if you get mold on a leaf, you can wash it off with hydrogen peroxide. You can throw that one leaf away, and it's going to be good to go. But it's not going to you're not going to be able to grow mushrooms out the side of your fucking bale. So much stuff would have to happen to make that happen. It would be ridiculous. You'd really have to treat the leaves to make them less toxic to other life forms, to get other life forms to grow on them. So, if that makes sense. Yeah. Nicotine itself is a pretty potent kill everything chemical. So concentrating it through the drying and the fermentation process definitely helps by itself. So the forced fermentation is the way to go, guys. It's going to be so much easier for you.
We haven't talked about fucking soil or anything. It doesn't require
that. Doesn't give a shit. It does not give a fuck. People have experimented with it, and all they've done is make it taller. It doesn't make any more leaves. You could grow it in pretty much everything from shitty red dirt fucking clay in Texas to goddamn sand. It does not care. It does extremely well in hydroponics even. It doesn't care. Once it's past that delicate seedling stage to where the leaves are, it's 4 to 5 inches tall, and the leaves have as big as a silver dollar across for that first set of leaves. After that, it's bulletproof. It doesn't give a shit where it grows. As long as it's not in standing water, it doesn't care. And even if it rains or floods, that's okay. But if it's for like a week or so of standing water, it'll have an issue. But the plants, the stem is so stiff that even like high winds don't even really knock it over. Is because they're planted, close together so they can lean on each other and kind of like, work it out. But it doesn't blow over like corn. It doesn't get, grasshoppers don't fuck with it. Crickets don't really fuck with it. It doesn't get spider mites. It doesn't get mites. They eat it, they die. It doesn't have caterpillar issues. It'll get hornworm caterpillars occasionally, but those fuckers eat too much and they die. Like deer, though, will occasionally get addicted to it and snack a little bit at a time, but they won't eat the plant to the ground. They'll come in, they'll take a couple of bites, foam at the mouth real good, walk around in circles, lay down, and chew their fucking cud. But they won't just like munch it all the fucking way down. Like I guess they'll do with weed.
Yep.
You guys were saying that the deer will fucking just destroy weed, but they won't. They won't tobacco. Tobacco gets deer too stoned to do anything, but weed does it. I don't know what the fuck. So it's pretty fascinating, man. It's pretty darn neat. It's pretty darn neat. I like the idea that at the very beginning it requires some finesse, so it's a little bit difficult. Remember, it started with the Petri dishes. Is the easiest way to start the seeds. People start the seeds. I've seen a whole bunch of different ways. Where they'll take like a Tupperware container. They'll put some like seed starting mix in the bottom of the Tupperware container. They'll sprinkle the seeds all the way across the top. Put the top back on the container and then set it in somewhere sunny so the sun could come through the sides of the container and sprout them that way, and then wait till they're maybe a quarter of an inch tall or so, and then transplant them that way. That's actually what I do with basil. Is how I start my basil instead of fucking with all those little bitty seeds. Is I just start them in a Tupperware container like that. I put maybe 2 inches of soil at the bottom of a Tupperware container. Just spread a fuckload of seeds across the top of it, mist them all, pop the top on. Then it turns into a forest, and once the forest gets about 2 inches tall, I just grab clumps of the fucking like basil and shove it in a hole. And instead of doing individual like basil plants, I plant like, I don't know, 20, 30 at a time in a fucking hole. And they just become this giant bush. You can do roughly the same thing with tobacco if you wanted to do it that way. But if you only have a limited number of seeds, like you're actually buying seeds, the way to do it is with the Petri dish and then pluck out as soon as they turn into little
How am I
seedlets.
ever supposed to get my hands on a Petri dish?
I don't know. You're probably going to have to find a friend.
Scientist friend, yeah.
Yeah, a scientist-y friend.
Jeez.
Like, here, let me show you some pictures of this fucking stupid shit.
Who is it? Who did that?
I don't know. Where's our
Mike Nutty
podcast? So in podcast pics, here we go. This is the size of the fucking seeds. That's the seeds out of one seed pod. Look at those fucking things.
Oh, okay. So those are really small.
Yeah,
right.
I
thought you were just exaggerating as per usual.
So this is how you're going to transplant them. As once they make little green fuckers inside of the. Here's a zoomed in picture. In the podcast pics, I'm stealing them all from Victory Seed, but you can see how tiny that is, and you pick up the whole clump, like from the Petri dish, with the tweezers, and then just put the clump on top of a new like your little
a new pot
square. Yeah, and that's it. And then once they get decent size, they're fucking bulletproof. Like once they get to the 4-inch size, 5-inch size, you can't fuck them up.
Yeah, so you're saying it takes about 30 to 45 days to get to the 4 to 5 inch mark. That's from seed?
Yeah.
And then you're looking at another 60 to 90 days.
No, 60 to 75. I have never seen anyone that's over 75. So this is 2 weeks after transplanting the seed. they take a minute. So that's 2 weeks after the tweezer episode. They're just little fuckers. And then they put after 35, 45 days, they go fucking apeshit. Like once you put them in the ground after you transplant them out, the speed at which they grow is ridiculous. They go from being little bitty tiny little things that you transplant out, you're like 4 or 5 inches tall, to being 7, 8, 10 foot tall fucking plants in only 60, 65 days. So that's pretty damn fast, man.
Yeah. Nice. Okay,
So,
and you get about what 3-4 ounces per plant.
So you're gonna get. I'm not exactly sure how much you get for fucking tobacco plants.
And I remember this. Where do you get menthol from?
You add it. It's a chemical you add.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a Camel Crush? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah. You're gonna get 5 to 7 ounces of dried tobacco per plant.
Yeah, and you can buy liquid menthol. It's not impossible to get.
Right.
Yeah.
Trimmy, I didn't know that you knew shit about tobacco.
I know a little bit about everything.
Yeah, but you seem to know an awful lot more than normal.
I was really into growing my own tobacco for a while. It was one of my many hobbies.
Did you know that, Ferrell?
No, but I like it. That makes me happy.
I didn't know you guys cared, so I never really shared it.
Well, we don't really care, but.
Well, what did I miss? Is there anything I fucking missed that we should have covered already? Because I feel like I was reasonably fucking thorough.
No, you got pretty good, really.
Okay,
I mean, you didn't get into like creating your own drying chambers a whole lot. But, I mean, you touched the base on it.
Well, we're gonna need that.
That's because that was where the bulk fermentation means that you don't need to do all that crazy shit. Some of these people, they build them out of like styrofoam boxes. Basically, they're lined
like the fish coolers.
Yeah.
I've even seen people modify old like kitchen ovens into curing chambers.
That's what I was talking about. They put the heat tape on there. They have like a hydrometer in there. They have the same thing you would do for growing a whole bunch of like a whole.
Honestly, I would be interested to see how marijuana would taste if it was treated like it was tobacco.
That would be really pretty fucking cool. It might mellow it the fuck out.
I'm thinking you're going to lose a lot of your terpenes.
It's possible. The only way to find out is the FAFO.
Yeah. So So what they would do is they would take this. I've seen a lot of people build them out of old refrigerators, shit like that. They put some heat tape in there. They put a the little thermostat regulator on there. I guess a rheostat or whatever, so they can control how hot it is in there. They'll have like one of those what do you call them? The humidity controller, right? It measures the amount of fucking humidity.
Humidistat.
Yeah, humidistat, right? And they'll have it hooked up to like a computer fan to suck out fucking humidity when it's too much. They'll put like a bread pan of fucking water on the heat tape to keep the humidity, where they fucking want it, and the heat inside there at like 85, 90 degrees, up to 100, depending on how fast you want to go. And then try to keep the humidity around 75 degrees, 75 to 80%. And they'll suck it out as you go. And that's how fancy you can do, but that is not something you can just put your leaves in and forget about them and come back in 60 days and they're done. You have to fucking touch them every goddamn day and fuck with them.
For people that have a lab and they're doing shit every day anyways, I mean, it can't take long.
No, they just take their leaves out, they caress them, they look at them, they tell them nice things.
Actually,
they reshuffle them and put them back in.
I honestly think that the reason tobacco was such a big deal in like the Virginias and stuff is just they have the perfect climate for curing it.
Yeah,
Original.
Kentucky now, like the lowland valleys, where it's okay. So Kentucky, the reason it's been such a big part of our Pennsylvania or Kentucky and Pennsylvania area for such a long time is because they would get dry during the day, during the heat of the day, and the tobacco would dry out during the day, and then in the evenings, this is when they're hanging it inside, like or hanging it in the eaves of their house, the barns and stuff to dry, and then in the evenings, the humidity rush would come back in, like with the fog and everything else, and it becomes super fucking humid and still air at night, and the tobacco would soak up all that humidity, ferment a bunch, and the fermenting would slow down once it dried out during the day. And so it was like it was breathing, kind of like how you treat, whiskey that's in a barrel, right? It has to breathe.
Then why couldn't you just put it in a container, a closet, and then set a humidifier and go ahead and blast it and then turn it off and just have it turn on once a day and then have it dry out the rest of the day?
You can
set it on a timer.
You can, but you're still, unless you have it compressed in the blocks, if there's airflow that can get through it, with humidity that can get through it, you need to check those leaves every day so they don't mildew, mold, or anything else.
And then if one gets it, then they're all gone.
No, if the one gets it, you can usually cut that piece off and chuck it. Remember,
also, it's not like weed where it's going to spread like the fucking plague.
It does not spread very fast. And that's why you're checking it every fucking day. And it's quite toxic environment for mold and mildew. Is that it doesn't really want to grow on there, but you know how that shit is. It's goddamn opportunistic. If it gets a chance, it's going to give it its shot. And over time, it will become habituated to it. So you don't want to give it that time to become habituated to it. You don't want to give it, you don't want to forget about it, go on vacation for a week, come back. That could be 30 generations of mildew that have now been growing on, your generation fucking 30, because it's like every 36 hours or so, it's 2 generations. So that have been growing on your fucking plant that now has taught itself to eat that fucking nicotine and eat that plant and break it down. Remember, we've talked a lot about on the show about how intelligent molds are and how they can be taught to eat fucking anything, from plastic to cigarette butts to goddamn people. Yeah. So I love how we just immediately went there. Everybody immediately went there. So yeah.
That's how you get The Last of Us.
Yeah, blood agar is a bad thing. Don't fuck with that. So
so that's where you put all the when all the vacancies happen and you're trying to sell your house to keep the vagrants out. You just put mold all over the place and keep the squatters out. Call it squatter mold.
You set off the squatter mold. Your squatter
black mold,
bomb.
They'll both work.
Yeah, you set off your squatter. your blood agar trained squatter mold bomb. Right. Fuck you! Yeah. Squatting this bitch. It's my goddamn squatters piss me off.
Goddamn squatters. Squatters have rights.
No, they don't.
They have the right to be delicious.
You should be able to keep them if you catch them. You should be able to keep them if you catch them. If you catch a squatter, they should be fucking yours. You should be able to own them.
Like Pokemon balls. Yeah.
All right.
If you keep them in a cage for 24 hours, they can't
go. Yeah. Go.
Head. Yeah. Crazy meth head, I choose you. Yeah.
What are you?
Crackhead Betty.
Pika, crackhead chew. But no, but you should be able to keep them. I mean, if you want to part them out, like, for money or whatever, you should be able to.
Yeah, what's the average organ donation? It's like $125,000 per person.
Well, you take a few
Start cutting things
off
up.
for
meth or heroin.
Yep.
But you can keep them in the basement for a few weeks and let that work out of their system. Put them through a little detox.
Hook them up to a treadmill.
Radiator.
There you go. The treadmill. Turn a treadmill into a generator. It's like solar power.
Yeah.
We'll call it squatter power. It's
squatter power.
15 Mexicans to run my house and RV. Renewable energy is the way.
I'm selling electricity back to the grid.
22 crackheads later, by God. Yeah,
My carbon footprint hasn't been smaller.
I'm just feeding them spam sandwiches. God damn,
Let them eat the dead. Let the feed them, let them eat the dead.
Long pork. It's called long pork.
Long pork.
That's what it's called. During the Middle Ages, it was called human meat was called long pork.
Sounds delicious.
I mean, they used to eat it reasonably regularly.
They do. Out in those foreign islands.
I bet you the Clintons that fucking had long pork. I guarantee you.
Now it's still called long pork if it's a child. I heard they have a thing for childs. Children.
Yeah. What's that? Okay, this was gonna get really dark. I'm good. Boy. I'm good. That was really.
What is the chemical that they supposedly get out of these kids?
Adrenochrome. Yeah. I was like, okay, so all right. There was this psychologist. I'm not going to call him a doctor because he's a fucking idiot. He was a psychologist that I worked around that would go on about all these fucking conspiracy shit all the fucking time. Now, understand, to be a psychologist, you have to be fucking insane. Like, there's no normal in psychologists ever. Well, I'd be like, so, and one of my friends was like, hey, get him started talking about adrenochrome. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck is adrenochrome? I said it out loud, too loud. And motherfucker heard me. 45 minutes later, I could finally take a breath, and I was like, dude, point on the body where adrenochrome is. Like, it's not a chemical made by humans. It's not part of a metabolic process. That sounds totally fucking made up. And I might as well have shit in his fucking mouth at that point. Because the dude lost his goddamn shit. You don't know. You can't tell me what you do and don't know. I was like, I've been to medical school. You haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain people you just can't argue with. Yeah.
Yeah, but that fucking dude gets to run around and write goddamn prescriptions and put people and like commit people to the state and jail and shit. And he believes in that like so hard. And I'm like, you lost 100% credibility with me, buddy.
If you had to wear your conspiracy theories that you lived and died for on like your skin, just on your forehead, I believe in flat Earth. I think that would change a lot of your perspective.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if I actually really believe in very many conspiracy theories because I don't believe that the government is smart enough to be able to pull any of them off.
It's not the government. The government is being controlled
by lizard people.
Sure, yes, or whatever.
We're all living in a simulation. Scientists have already figured it out.
They did prove that with physics, didn't they?
Yeah. Recently.
When?
It's a mathematical theory they just came out with that we're something about how fast data is moving. That we're reaching the bit rate limit of the reality, so they think it's reality is a simulation. It's kind of weird. It's a scientific.
I don't know, man. That sounds kind of like. But it keeps like the speed of information keeps like getting more and more and more and more. So you figure that if it was a simulation,
but it's not only speed of information; it's also the speed of misinformation at the same time. So,
misinformation is 4 to 5 times fucking faster than goddamn information.
That's usually more. That's more fun to talk about, so that gets spread faster.
Yeah.
All I know is where I live, people know what I did before I know I did. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Does anybody have anything to add to growing tobacco or any questions or anything, guys?
Yeah, no.
How much tobacco can you boof?
Depends on the size of your rectum, sir.
Yeah.
Just 3 cigarettes worth.
Killed them.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
3 cigarettes worth.
Yeah. 3 cigarettes worth would probably be the limit for most people.
Now, as I'm lubing up this cigar, is that half a cigar, a quarter, or
Is this a Cuban Presidente or is this like a fucking Swisher Sweet? We gotta know some references.
You do know that like that Monica Lewinsky got a fucking contact high from getting fucked with a cigar, right?
No,
she's got mucous membranes down there. It absorbed some of the nicotine. She got a buzz.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna have to see this shit.
Also, like the nicotine and everything increased the blood flow and everything down there. Maybe he fucked her with a cigar before he fucked her, just to make it better for her.
He did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah.
I did not have sex relations with that woman.
And I've never done drugs in my life. I'm just going to say.
I never inhaled. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then all this evidence comes out about like how his involvement with some auspicious characters, he's a great man. He should him and his wife are just great people.
One of the best.
Told anybody. No. Government officials wouldn't do that. No. We got to trust these people in power. It's not like that they can make laws that help them and hurt us. I mean, insider trading was only for us. It's not for them. No. It's bad stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking bastards. I was looking for this damn picture. Sorry, I just saw that there's a shelter in place in New York.
A what?
Going on. A shelter in place alert? I got it on my phone.
Like in New York City?
Yeah.
Obviously, New York City.
I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Because you got New York City. I had an argument with one of my buddies in Whitebeard's joint. We were hanging out on chat for like 8 hours, and I was trying to argue my point that we don't like how New York City is like fucking 3 square miles, and they are in control of the whole fucking state. Just ridiculous.
So no, there's a big shelter in place. Those what do you call them? Where all those little jackasses are running around and
the college? No,
the college kids. Yeah, the ones that are being all like, ooh, I hate. For some reason, I hate fucking Jews now. Anyway, the Nazis. Yeah, the Nazis. So the Nazi kids who are protesting the Jews are
the new brown shirt that likes the Rambo.
They're trying to burn everything down, so there's a big shelter in place. Stay the fuck out of the streets.
Do they really know how to start a fire? I mean,
it's New York.
I got a feeling that they're probably gonna have some injuries there, and then there's gonna fucking
trying to operate a Zippo, and they fucking cut the goddamn artery open. Fucking blood. Yeah.
Bobby, what do I do, Bobby?
Just let him go. Let him go.
Do you see Disney's new Pixar movie there? I put in the podcast pics.
Oh, your Magic Island? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
The next one coming up is Crossing the Drain.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
It has Epstein, Maxwell, and Clinton.
What will be up to next?
Right.
Going to a playground near you.
Fuck. Right? Fuck, man.
And that shit, the amount of like the sex trafficking in all reality is kind of just atrocious.
Hey, leave P-diddy alone. What did he ever do to you?
Wait, did Puff Doodlick what did he do now?
What?
Didn't he?
Okay, you're not serious.
What do you? Okay, I can only. He's the guy with the African American guy with the mirrored sunglasses, right? Like he's always like wearing mirrored sunglasses.
Yeah,
is that enough?
He just got fucking. He got like raided. He's like Epstein. He's got videos. He's got videos of all the rappers, all the fucking bigwigs of fucking movies and music. Everybody. He used to have parties, bringing them over there. He's got comedians talking about how they were fucking drugging kids and they were fingering kids, and then they had to fucking like blow kids that fell asleep to get them hard so they could ride them. I mean, it's fucking.
Are you
dude,
fucking kidding me?
dude,
Why the
no.
hell are these fucking people? Why do people worship these idiots in Hollywood?
Right.
Like, that's a terrible fucking person. Fuck, man.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is now
I'm a horrible person, but nobody worships me. Why can't I get the same love?
Yeah,
Is it just because I don't look good in mirrored sunglasses?
It's because you're not a showman.
It's been like a couple weeks, and the thing is they got a. I don't know how to say this. I mean, everybody that's like the Epstein, everybody that went over to the island, I don't know if everybody that went to the island's a fucking pedophile or whatever.
It's gotta be, dude. It's like you. What are you gonna do there? Go play golf? Like, I mean,
I
it's
don't
not that big
know,
of an island,
dude. But you never know. Dude, if I got invited to go to a fucking island and have a fucking party and blow lines all day, I'm there. I'm just saying, if it's a party, you can have a party.
Okay, so you just think that the fucking party is staffed by Oompa Loompas? They're just a whole bunch of like 3-foot fucking tall people running around. They just look really young because they're dwarves. They're not because they're fucking children.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, some of the people might have gone to the island that go to a party, and then when they get there, they see what's going on.
You guys are making shotgun beers. Just since this conversation started, I've had four.
And then you've got two types of people. You got the one person that's freaked out, and they go sit in a corner in a fucking fetal position. And then you got the second person, they're like, oh, this could be fun. I'm just saying, you never know. Am I Jim Carrey? Am I Jim Carrey, or am I Lex Luthor dude? What's his name? The Fondler. What's his name?
The Fondler?
Yeah,
you gotta be way more specific than that these days.
He's the one. He's the one. No, the one that played Lex Luthor in the fucking movies. The first Superman,
watch your balls.
The second set of Superman movies.
I don't know.
Shit! God damn it!
Demonetized.
No, he's isn't he the guy that used to go ahead and whenever he was at the shows, he was just instead of shaking hands, he put his hand out and grab your balls.
Shut up!
All right, somebody does that to
Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, if Kevin Spacey grabbed my junk, I'm punching him in the face.
If pretty much any man grabbed my junk, I wanted to punch a doctor in the face when I was getting physical for high school.
Now I got a question: who would you be okay with grabbing your junk?
Who's there? Chris Hemsworth.
Did you guys ever get the doctor that like enjoyed the fucking high school physical?
Okay, wait, hold on. I want to reamend this.
I want the weird erection. The weird erection. Everybody just heard you say you want Chris Hemsworth to fucking grab your junk.
You're starting to get some hair down there, young man.
Chris Hemsworth gets to hold the left testicle, while the guy who plays what the hell is the guy that plays Aquaman gets to hold the right one. And then I want a picture of me just like arms around him and both of them fondling me. And then that's it. That's game over. I've reached peak fucking everything. At that point,
you can die happy.
Bucket list completed.
Cigarettes and die in peace.
Well, I mean, like, how would you beat that picture?
I don't know. How about like Mariah Carey and Beyonce?
Yeah,
he'd suck in on one of my.
Mariah Carey looks like an antelope. Have you looked at her? Looks like a fucking antelope.
Oh, I didn't even know. I just said the name out because they're part of the Diddy thing, and I was listening to that today.
They're fucking kids too.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's.
God. Is there anyone not in Hollywood that's a normal fucking person?
Keanu Reeves, I heard.
Keanu Reeves. All right, there you go. He's the only person.
Okay, I like him. I like him. He was at my gun range not long ago. The one I go to every once in a while.
Dude, have you ever seen him?
Everybody was like, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah. Dude, when he does his movies, he actually trains to learn everything.
Yeah, that's why he was at the gun range. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have done John Wick. I've seen his fucking videos of him training for that shit. He'll run through a fucking obstacle course with like
he does 3 guns. No, he does 3 gun. That's why he was at the fucking gun range with my buddy, is because he was learning more 3-gun shit. He was doing a tactical reload where you like toss up the fucking bullet and he catches it at the end too. So yeah, he was learning a bunch of cool shit from him, and he's like, that guy shoots. He's like, don't fuck around. He shoots. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. He's not like fucking faking it. And he's like, no, he shoots. He brings his own shit. Yeah. I was like, awesome. I was like, fuck, I like him a lot more now. And I was like, so what's he like as a person? They're like, oh, he's really quiet. He's really nice. He's really respectful. He's very happy. He always has time to like meet people and shake their hand.
Dude,
and stuff,
he nice. Donates tons of money. He helps like kids all the fucking time, not in a fucking Kevin Spacey kind of way. But I mean, it's fucking
and like well, when he goes to New York, he rides on the fucking subway. He doesn't take like fucking limos everywhere and shit.
Well, how come we can't put people like that? Why can't those people be up on the fucking pedestal? Why do we got to take people like what's Sean, whatever his name is, P-diddy, and put their fucking dumbasses up there? Yeah, Puff Dragon, and like all these other goddamn people that are fucking kids. Why do these people get famous? Why do they get famous? First off,
good question.
Are they selling their fucking souls? There's got to be some evil demonic bullshit.
It's
like on the crossroad.
What's that one? What's the short dude's name? The black comedian. No. The short guy that was in the movies with The Rock and everything.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. That's Smith. That's a fat
white shirt, fat white guy.
Yeah, Silent Bob. He's like, yeah.
I knew it was Kevin.
But no. I didn't know where I was going with that Kevin Smith shit.
Okay, well, it's Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah, Kevin Hart. No, I guess he's a fucking plant or something. He's gonna be Epstein. He came to Vegas. He had his contracts and everything already. I don't know. It's weird. I had to stop watching it because I went into a rabbit hole. Only because I like conspiracy theories. I like to see what the fuck's going on. And
well, I'm not happy about that all these people turn out to be bad guys. Like what? Okay, who's the hell is as a person who has a child, who is my kid supposed to fucking look up to, right? Like, because kids, I mean, other than me, because I'm fucking super awesome.
Terrence McKenna.
But like,
yes. Deadpool,
Alistair Crowley.
You know what I mean? Like my kid like watches movies and shows and stuff and thinks those people are pretty fucking cool on them. And right now, she doesn't separate out that, hey, that person isn't actually Moana, or that person is not actually so and so. But like eventually, she's gonna figure out.
Is it Moana a cartoon?
No, it's a person now. And
is it?
They made a live action version. So they're like, yeah, they did. The Rock played fucking
anything with people of color is gonna have live action nowadays. Just a given.
Yeah, so it's like, but like, who are the young people supposed to idolize? Because all the fucking idols turn out to be somebody that would
anybody that you put on a fucking pedestal and you give them enough fucking power, their heads can get too big and they're gonna get bored and they're gonna find shit to keep themselves amused. So I don't think you idolize anybody, to be honest with you.
I promise if you put me on a pedestal, I would only enact everything that I've talked about on this channel so far, because I've given a lot of thought.
If you guys ever put me on a pedestal, I am guaranteed to let you down. Just so you know, right?
I will not let you down, but there's going to be some changes if I was the emperor.
If you put me on a pedestal, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting.
You will not ever find me.
You should have listened.
No rape.
You should have listened closely to the podcast, because like you're going to own some people that squatted in your house, and there's going to be some changes. Welfare's gone. Like a whole bunch. Like there's some big changes coming, but none of them involve.
There's gonna be a drug test for food stamps. I think if you do a fucking drug test for food stamps, that at that point in time, everything's good. There you go. You know what? If hair follicles, I'm gonna say there's gonna be a lot of fucking bald bitches in fucking Buffalo.
Fucking buy stock in there. Yep.
Like everyone's gonna have fucking cancer.
I have alopecia. It's alopecia.
It's one of my biggest nightmares. Hair follicle testing. I'd be so. Oh my god. I mean, No, I'd be fine.
Dude,
I don't.
they don't even test. They don't even test for your favorite drugs, buddy. The test for your
careful.
The tests for your favorite drugs are expensive as fuck. If they're paying $5,000 to test you for the fucking drugs that don't come on the standard fucking test, even the hair follicle test, you fucked up enough that you're already facing jail time. Like,
people always like, hey, do you do drugs? I say, fuck no, I don't do drugs, and I mumble in my breath that they can test for.
Yeah, or that they want to test for. Everybody's like, oh man, the test for shrooms is like, the test for shrooms is $2,500. Let them. If they want to test you for fucking shrooms, let them.
And they got to catch you.
That's probably more than they're fucking paying anyway. Like, is it really worth it to them? No.
Isn't the test, doesn't that require spinal fluid?
No. That would be the most accurate cocaine test.
Spinal fluid and hair follicle are the two most accurate, but they're also more expensive. But shrooms, to do a standard blood or urine test for them, they have to be a specific test, and it has to be within 3 to 5 days of consumption for them to even test for it.
And even then, the antigens and stuff they need to test for it, like the reaction stuff, is expensive.
DMT is like even fucking harder to trace.
It's not a high volume thing. The higher the volume stuff is, the cheaper it gets, right? So it's not highly in demand. So the price is $2,500 for the fucking test. That's what they're
how you can't really test for DMT? I mean, you can. Don't take it the wrong way. You can test for DMT, but isn't it already in your body?
Yes,
a certain amount. So
they have to test for elevated levels of it.
Right. But at the same time, they're testing for the elevated levels. They have to do a baseline, so they need a full hormone panel, and at the same time, to be able to see if maybe you have a pituitary hormone, like a pituitary tumor or something else that's causing the problems. So
maybe I ate a DMT bagel for breakfast. You don't know.
No, because of that, you're looking at $7,500 or so cost to whatever business is trying to test you for DMT. It's just not going to happen. Like everybody that pops positive for cocaine, it's because they did cocaine last 24 hours. The test is really not that fucking sensitive for cocaine. It requires about 24 that you have to have done cocaine in about 24 hours to be pop positive for it.
And if you're that fucked up where you can't go a day or two without doing some lines before your drug test to get a job, I don't know what to tell you. You know, you might have a fucking problem. But there's ways. But listen, there are ways around it. All you got to do is drink a lot of water. Take a piss. Then drink tons of water with tons of vitamins. All right? But don't piss after that, because all your piss is going to be fucking water in the system, and nothing's going to be coming out of your fucking system. It's going to be basically water. And it's going to be colored and temperatured correctly for the piss test. You're welcome.
You want to do specifically vitamin B12 and B6, which will make your pee kind of that golden color. So, yeah. Science! Doing motherfucking science things!
Right. All right,
I told you I fucking like shotgun the shit load of beer. While you guys were talking about the whole everybody's a kid diddler, I was like, fuck him! And him too. God damn it, is it him? Is there any good people? And I just like, yeah.
The fucked up thing is that the people you think are all right, you find out that they're the ones that are fucking, they've been to Epstein's Island like 30 fucking times and fucking,
Bill Cosby's selling pudding pops, and next thing you know, he's fucking everything. Oh my God.
Right. Well, I mean, I could have, hindsight's 20/20, but as an adult, and nowadays, I can look at fucking, like Bill Cosby and go, yeah, he's kind of the person that I would have picked on the street of going, he looks like he's got somebody in his basement. Because like when he got picked up, have you seen pictures of him? He was creepy looking. Back in the day, he wasn't
always creepy looking. He was always creepy.
Yeah, but back in the day, he was an articulate African American man that smiled, and that's why he was famous.
Oh, it wasn't a comedy.
It wasn't scary. It wasn't scary. No, but that was the entire push, was that he just wasn't scary. And that that was just during the giant push. When same time the push was going on about, Star Trek paved the way for that, for the equal rights in Hollywood type thing, which was amazing. Like Star Trek's been at the breaking forefront of so many things.
Not anymore. Now they're just all motherfucking woke. I'm so pissed off with the new fucking episodes that come out now.
Everything started.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Dude, holy shit. Guys, I have very, very important information. I was just on this fucking site going through nicotine stuff. And I'm going to put this link in to FAFO Picks right now.
Picks? Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a fucking... Dude, you have K-Cups, right? K-Cups are awesome.
Yeah.
They work fucking great for anybody that doesn't want to use plants. Look at these fucking things on this motherfucking site that I just fucking found on Victory. These are fucking awesome. I just posted them.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Those are nice.
Right? And they're 32 cents a piece.
Ooh.
And if you buy a case of 500, they're 21 cents a piece. That's fucking
This can consider suitable for high pressure processing. Oh, man, you could probably PC these bitches.
Dude, they're PP plastics.
Yeah.
These are pre-pour, baby. Wow.
Yeah, those are a fucking good deal. A case is 500 each. Oh, so a case is 500 things at $2.21 each.
Yep.
What does that come to? A fuckload? No, you have to buy the lid separate. The lid doesn't come with lids.
What?
So it doesn't come with lids. The lids are 14 cents.
Those bastards. Yeah, I see that now. But even still.
Well, 21 cents plus 14 cents, you're back to 35. You're good.
Yeah.
You're back to 35.
But they're 5 ounces. Those are fucking pizza.
Those are big.
Yeah, and they're stout as a motherfucker. I was just talking to people over on Whitey's about this like 2 days ago. We were looking for some, and this is far better than what we found before.
Well, do the math. What is that? 35 cents times 500. See where that comes out. What is that? $125? Something like that.
Right. Sure. I don't know. I'm not. I've been smoking. I'm not really doing any math right now. Let me see. 35, 500.
They are PP5 too.
Yeah. Yep. 0.35. Oop. 0.35 times 500 gives us $175. That's pretty fucking pricey. But I don't know. You don't have to buy them like that. I guess you could buy quantity of one.
They should. Do you think they'd survive a dishwasher?
If they're PP5, they'll definitely survive a dishwasher.
Okay, so if so, you can reuse them. And those are big.
All right.
They're in diameter. They're way bigger than your Petri dishes.
Interesting, dude. This place temperature control and
okay, so they're 4.45 inches in diameter. Those are big.
Yeah.
By 1.187 tall. So those are great. They're big.
Yeah, I had to share that, but yeah, there we go. Well, maybe grab a few of them.
Scratch resistant. Yeah.
Nice. The Carry Company. Never heard of them. Now you've all heard of them. You're welcome. Carry Company, you can contact me at Deadpool@givememoney.com.
Shut up!
Yeah. All right, so I got 200 seeds on the way. They'll be here on Friday.
I'm excited. That's going to be fun. I'm going to have to order some seeds in. I'll probably order mine tomorrow or the next day.
All right, I've been looking at them. They only give 3 ounces of dried leaf per plant.
Yeah, that's if you that's if you traditionally Philip Morris style harvest them.
Yeah. Now that I bought the seeds, I'll have to do research, I guess.
If you do, you just re-listen to the podcast. You got everything in there. But if you do like the heirloom, traditionally kind of like old style way, where you harvest the plant from the bottom up, as the seeds turn yellow, then as the leaves turn yellow, you're gonna get a way higher yield. You'll get 6 to 7 ounces per plant that way. As far as leaves, yeah.
Yeah.
That's dried weight. So
speaking of 6 to 7 ounces, did you guys all hear the news today?
What'd you do?
The DEA has proposed moving cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3.
Oh, wow.
It's about fucking time.
Speaking of which,
sounds like
I still need to get a couple of seeds of something to grow in the fucking greenhouse.
I talked to T trying to get me some seeds. You got to talk to somebody for me. But yeah, I can't find anybody with them. I didn't really look.
I just don't really want to, like...
They're expensive.
Them. Well, I don't
$10 a piece.
I mean, for cool seeds, like those ones that were like that don't look like weed, they're like all weird, funky looking. Those are cool as shit. But like, I don't. Oh, the weed that doesn't look like weed. It's God damn it! Now you make me fucking try to look it up.
Well, it is the fucking plant show.
The Seedsman has them. Seedsman has them.
Semen?
Semen sample?
Penis?
Did you say penis?
Penis.
Penis envy marijuana?
What did you say?
Oh, that's what I meant to ask earlier. Has anybody ever tried to hybrid fucking marijuana and tobacco? Try to cross them.
They are not at all the same, but you can take. Okay, you remember that whole like tobacco thing that went around for a while?
No.
Yeah, because they're both.
Oh, you mean the hamburger French fries and ketchup plant?
What?
Yeah, you could make like a tobacco.
Yeah, because they come from the same family.
Yep, you can do that.
Yeah, but it has to be in the same family, otherwise it is not compatible.
I talked to a. I don't know what the hell you'd call him. His job. He's some college dude about plants, and I was talking to him about the hamburger or French. What do they call it? French fry and ketchup plant, where it's tomatoes and potatoes on one. You know the roots.
Yeah, potatoes and tomatoes. Yeah, you can grow potatoes on the bottom, tomatoes on top.
He said it's gimmicky and cute, but you actually get reduced yields on both because there's so much energy going into both ends.
Well, you're getting two kinds. So are you getting half each? Or reduce even more?
I don't know the exact amount, but he said you have significantly reduced yields doing it that way. But they're cute, thinking about growing French fries and ketchup or tomatoes on the same plant.
Sure.
Who was it that sent me that damn link? That it was.
I saw the link, but I don't remember. It was in FAFO, I believe.
Cool. Yeah. I'm trying to look for it, and it looks like they've either left or...
Some people have like apps that automatically delete their Discord after a certain amount of time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it was safe and shit. It was really pretty cool. Like it was a weed that doesn't look like weed. It's called lace or...
Was it in the gardening section?
I looked.
Oh. I remember seeing it. I just don't remember where.
I don't remember who came up with them.
Is it just a fucking mutagen?
No, yeah, it's a mutant that does It doesn't look like it. It looks like
was it on?
It's all lace.
Was it over on Beard's channel?
It might be on his channel. Yeah.
You got to scroll up past all that bird talk. It's somewhere above that.
Yeah, the bird talk. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was fucked up.
It happens.
That damn bird. I'm so embarrassed about that, but not at the same time.
Drugs.
Yeah. Hey,
Maybe,
I could check.
don't know.
I could check another one off my list. My fucking what do you call it? Midlife crisis list.
I don't think it was on Beard's channel because he doesn't have anything about growing marijuana on his.
Well, this is about 30
Well,
seconds.
shit.
Dead air.
Well, whoever shared that with us.
Well, I'm trying to whoever
Here's
shared
the-
it with us. I want to see it. I want to see it again because that was really pretty fucking cool. Okay, so I wouldn't even know where to go to figure out which one it is. I don't know why I've got to carry anything. Why can't you guys fucking talk?
I'm carrying. I'm talking.
This is a tobacco show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a tobacco show, but now we're not on tobacco anymore.
You guys want to talk? You guys want to talk about mushrooms? We're talking about mushrooms.
What do you want to talk about, my boy?
No,
Hey, I got some news for mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Guess who showed me pictures of a successful Enigma grow?
your daughter.
Who?
You'll never guess. Your favorite people.
BD?
Yes.
Oh God damn it!
He
Don't even-
successfully cultivated Enigma. I'm so proud.
Wait a second. Every time I gotta look at this picture, and then I gotta check it with other servers.
Right?
Okay, it's called Freak Show.
Wait a minute. I was fucked up at the time. I'm pretty sure he did. It might have been in my head. I was highly not myself at the time when I was talking to them. So I got
putting a link in there.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh,
Fair.
Oh, holy shit!
I'm looking at it.
Why can't you put a link in there so we can all look at it?
I'm getting there. I'm trying to get to where it's.
It's 4 fucking clicks.
No,
Click,
you had to. I had to
click,
click through
click.
so much other
Click,
bullshit.
click,
to
clickety,
get
click, click,
fucking here.
click.
I had to click through so much bullshit. All right, so it's in the podcast picks. It's High Elevation Genetics. It's their Freak Show cannabis.
I see it. Oh, there's so many clicky clicks I have to do to look at it.
No, because I did the clicks for you.
Whoa!
This is Freak Show. This is the one that they were talking about.
What do you mean it doesn't look like fucking marijuana?
Well,
It looks
look
exactly
at-
like it.
Look at Freak Show. It doesn't look like marijuana.
Genetics. Freak show. That looks exactly like marijuana. If I saw that in the fucking side of the fucking road going down the highway in the middle of the country, I'm pulling the car over to go in October to grab this shit. This looks freak show. Dude, that doesn't look like a fucking huge fucking cola to you? What do you think marijuana looks like?
No, look at the leaves. Look.
Big green dick.
I see
Look
how
at
it has
the
a
leaf.
really. I see the sugar leaves that are coming out really big,
Well,
but the cola gives everything away. It's like
Look
no,
at the
it
leaves.
grows in baggies, doesn't it?
Look at the fucking. Look at the cool leaves.
I see what you're saying, Farrell. The fucking plant's got leaves, but it's still got a fucking 2 foot tall fucking cola in the center of the fucking plant.
You guys love to shit on everything I love.
hang Christmas ornaments off of it. They'll never know. Or get some plastic fucking
Well, look
tomato-
at those-
cherry
look at
tomatoes
those
and
cool-
twist tie them on it.
Look at the cool pictures. Look at the cool pictures I posted.
No,
in
I
there.
see it. I see it. It looks
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, no,
Plastic,
it's gorgeous.
plastic
Cool.
cherry tomatoes and twist tie them all over it.
Yeah, just
right.
everywhere.
It's just a tomato plant with a big cola going down the fucking middle.
No one will ever know.
Well, I just put a big sticker on it that says not cocaine or weed on it.
Well, hey, that works every time.
Hey, I've gotten so much. I've shipped so much shit with not cocaine on it. It goes through every time.
Right? You're like, they couldn't, obviously, they was going to work. There can't be cocaine in here. Yeah.
Right?
I was digging through my backpack yesterday,
declared.
and I find this random piece of paper inside my backpack, and it says, "Hey, this is the TSA, and we searched your bag. Just want to let you know." I was like, "When was the last time I fucking flew? Been a while."
Oh, dude, I
never even noticed they put the tag in there.
Dude, now when you fly, you open up your suitcase, there's a fucking regular sheet of paper, lay it on top. So when you open it up, there's a big pink fucking piece of paper telling you they searched through your shit.
Yeah, like a little business card that was just tucked away in a little pocket in there.
So that's why you distract them. You have the person in front of you go through with like nothing but a carry-on full of dildos. All right?
and they were smoking weed outside, so they smell like pot. Yeah, right.
Well, you could buy some of that like weed scented fucking spray, and then just spray the inside of the bag with it.
No, just stand at the door and spray everybody that comes in.
Right.
And it's just
awesome.
And it's just
squirt them.
It's just crazy, like like horse, dragon, fucking whale, just every sort of fucking weird animal fucking dildo.
I don't think they make a whale dildo. That thing would be way too big.
Don't make me fucking
Don't challenge us. We'll make one.
Don't make me.
Can you imagine the cost of the plastic?
Someone made a dolphin. I guarantee you someone made a dolphin.
They should make duck dicks. Those things. Fucking crazy. Corkscrew. It's as long as a duck.
How the fuck do you guys know what kind of animal dicks and what they look like?
I'm into birds. Okay, that's my excuse. I know about duck dicks.
All right, I like your.
There's a dolphin one, and here it is.
What?
It's just called a dolphin.
I like it.
It's based
on that movie Superbad, where he's like,
Superbad,
I used to love drawing pictures of dicks.
Yeah,
pictures of dicks.
and he did, and he grew up, and he drew pictures of random animal penises, penis size.
I was drawing this big veiny fucker one day, and she caught me.
Oh God! Stop it! No, I was telling you, like, don't Google that. Don't Google that.
Don't Google whale dick or dolphin dick. Which one?
Or donkey dick. Donkey show. Don't Google donkey show.
Who hasn't been to a donkey show in Mexico?
I haven't been to one, but I saw one on the internet, and it scarred me. It scarred me.
Yeah,
not fun. I've been to that motorcycle, and it was not fun.
You just can't compete. I'm gonna delete the that's bad. Let's delete the fucking. If somebody wants to go find their own dolphin penis, they can.
Well,
I deleted it from the
I'm glad I didn't go to that FAFO pick for that one.
Yeah, I mean it was brightly colored. It was obviously plastic.
It looked like a flower with the two fucking pistols sticking out of it.
Well, I heard cats have like fucking barbed ones, don't they?
Yeah.
You guys.
How the fuck did we get onto penises?
Yeah, let's get off of that one.
I blame Deadpool.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I can't even argue.
This was the tobacco episode, and we're on fucking P-diddy and fucking penises.
Listen, P-diddy is hilarious, so I had to talk about it because I love it when people that are high and everybody thinks they're great fall down and make me feel so much better about my life.
Right?
America.
We may be broke dicks, but we ain't fucking sick broke dicks. Well, not super sick.
Right.
Well, I mean, define sick.
Like, don't get crazy.
I'm not currently diseased.
Yeah.
I mean, the boils went away last week, but
yeah, I feel healthy.
Hey, take a look at this. Does that look infected you?
It's just a rash.
The burning stopped.
Guys, wait. Here's something. Remember I told you, I got ants in the barn that I had the lab in.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, but it could have.
That was an analogy for something else.
It's 4 by
Ants
8
on the hole,
plywood on
bottom
the
of the
thing. So I've been putting
Ants on the
poison
log
around
in
there.
the bottom of the sea.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, what can I do other than
Ants on the
putting
log in the
poison
hole
out?
in the bottom of the sea.
And then I thought to myself, what if I just fucking silicone caulk around the edges of the whole fucking building inside along the fucking thing, right?
Now the ants are trapped inside with you.
Yeah, right. And that's how I looked it up. I looked it up to see if anybody else thought of it, and it's a normal fucking thing. But nobody fucking tells you that. Everyone wants to sell you a fucking pesticide. Not hey, just seal the
You're
fucking
not
floor
trapped
with some
inside.
silicone.
I'm not trapped inside with you. You're trapped inside with me. Yeah, that's what you did to the ants. And the ants are like, no, I can't smell the pheromone trail. Please
like
help me, Jesus. And
it's
Jesus
like-
with
it's
your
like a-
6 legs. Y'all
If they were
poor
just a little bit
arms.
bigger, I would have
Help
toothpicks
me, Aunt Jesus.
around the whole floor
You're
with their heads
out.
on there as a warning to the rest.
Did I ever tell you guys my Forrest Gump lawnmower story?
Don't get too drunk for this. It's hitting.
Okay,
what?
this dude, I used to live in Florida for a while, right? I'm from there, then I moved back there to work in a mushroom farm. We won't get into all that. But this dude gave me this old Forrest Gump lawnmower, and I got it going, and I decided on the weekend I was gonna start it. But the old Forrest Gump riders, you had to get on the back and fucking pull start
It's called a snapper.
Yeah, but I got on the back of this thing and I'm pull starting it. I had my hand on the motor to brace, and I pulled, and I looked, and there's a freaking scorpion an inch away from my finger.
It's an origin story.
Did I mention that I'm deathly fucking allergic to scorpions?
It's an origin story.
Like
this is how you become a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I'm more allergic to scorpions than like people who are allergic to bees are allergic to them. I mean, when I was a kid, I got stung, and I was in a hospital for like 2 months. But anyway, so the scorpion on this lawnmower, like, what the fuck? So I go and I buy this shit Home Defense Max, or I don't know what the hell it was. You spray it on the outside of your house.
Stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff.
And I sprayed it all around my house and every fucking where in my yard, on the outside. A couple days later, I'm walking through the living room and I see this little fucking guitar sticker on the floor. Like, fucking kids put stickers on the goddamn floor, and I reached down to grab it, and it was a scorpion that I grabbed.
Well, yeah, because the poison outside made him come inside.
But he was dead, thank God. Okay, back to pests coming in. Okay. That's where that Deadpool made me think of that with his ants. Sorry. Most people aren't definitely allergic to scorpions. It's just me.
I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest with you. But I guess it makes sense.
You can be allergic to anything. I am allergic to, I guess, pedophiles. It makes me want to. I break out in handcuffs.
But it makes me break out in fucking rage.
I break out in handcuffs around them, covered in their blood. What?
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm actually allergic to a lot of weird shit. I'm allergic to metal. I'm allergic to fucking metal. Who the fuck's allergic to metal?
What kind of metal? Like metal in
nickel.
General? Oh, nickel. Nickel's not an uncommon allergy. It's
for
like
men.
2.9% of the people are allergic to nickel.
Yeah, I have to wear like plastic fucking belt buckles and everything. My wedding ring is made out of glass. It's bad.
I got a belt for you. I fucking love my goddamn.
Oh, I got a great belt. I love my new belt. Yeah, it's a tactical one I got, but it's plastic buckle.
Oh, this was a stainless steel. But it's
I'm so allergic to even stainless steel breaks me out because it has nickel in it. I'm like extreme. Sorry.
Huh.
I can't even wear gold. I have to wear 24 karat gold if I wear anything gold. Because anything less than that will cause me to break out.
All right, so in the zombie apocalypse, you're going to be in charge of testing the metals brought in. We're just going to rub them on parts of your skin. If it creates welts, straight to the zombies.
Oh, you guys would laugh. When I first got this allergy, it came on in midlife. I thought I had a fucking VD. My whole belly was just nasty. Like, what the fuck?
That Prince Albert really didn't pay off.
Yeah, nothing was fucking fixing it, and I got a new job, and all of a sudden I cleared up. I'm like, what the fuck? So I didn't think about it. Then I moved to a different job, and I got this rash came back. Couldn't find out the job I had to wear a uniform with a tucked in shirt every day, and it was protecting me from my belt buckle. And yeah, that's how I finally found out I was allergic to metal. And it just got worse and worse over the years.
I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be like speaking English by the end of this one.
It sounds that way. I hear a lot of...
Yeah. I've been hearing the cork pops a lot.
Well, y'all got me pissed off, and now I'm power drinking because I'm mad.
Listen, it's still marijuana. It looks like marijuana. I understand that. But it's got a cola down the middle of the fucking plant.
Not that. The whole
pedophile
thing pisses me off.
Yeah, I honestly have not even looked that up because I know it'll just make me angry.
Dude, like, okay, it's bad enough. Like, we have to transport people from the fucking jail, right? That get like fucked up, stabbed, hurt, or whatever. The jail people know not to hand me the docket, right? Like, I'm like, dude, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what they're in here for. Don't even give me that. Just give me their like what's called a face sheet. It just has like their name, their social, their birthday, shit like that on there, and a picture of them. It's like basically an ID. I don't want to fucking know what they're fucking in here for because I'll get angry. I'll be like, what the fuck were you? I'll dab them the whole goddamn ride, and I don't want to know. I don't want it to affect my care. Right. And I know that it will if I know. Right. Because, like,
subconsciously, you're going to forget to give them the fucking.
No, I won't forget to give them anything. I'll just make them feel terrible about themselves the entire time, which is not good medicine. Right. And so I try.
Some people should feel terrible about themselves, though.
Well, the whole P-diddy thing wasn't about kids. I mean, they're involved. But the P-diddy thing is we're talking about the rappers. Like, all the new rappers that are coming out. The men. The gangster men. They're fucking, I'm the fucking pimp daddy. P-diddy's all fucking them in the ass and making them blow them in the back room to get contracts. All these people. All right? So, I don't remember hearing a lot about the kids. I mean, there were younger people.
That's pretty fucking sketch. Why does he go in prison rules? I don't want to. Fuck him.
Don't know.
Pisses me off.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're both fucked up, but I think.
Does anyone have anything nice to say? Let's end this shit on a fucking nice.
Oh, you're gonna get me. He always catches off guard. We're all pissed off in the world, and you're like, "Hey, say something nice, fucker."
Well, I mean, come on.
Why I just
this entire podcast was. We made it to like 96 minutes of great information, and everybody was learning stuff. People were taking notes, and then it just took a goddamn left turn.
We can't have a complete episode with no fuckery. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And why else would you have me on here?
Right?
All right. What are your thoughts on the day, Michael Daddy? What are your thoughts on the day?
My thoughts on the day?
Yeah.
What you said?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. My thoughts on the day.
I think he's asking you for your end of the thing quote.
Oh, fuck.
Some beauty,
my positive attitude.
He wants you to say some really deep fucking bullshit.
Okay, here's my deep thing. Correlating with the shit that I've been surrounding myself with. Be glad that you're not a bird that has to deal with cuckoo birds when they fucking insert their children into your life and you're fucked raising this thing that's the size of a giant and you're the size of a fucking...
Oh, yeah. I wonder if cuckold comes from the cocoa bird.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They do. There's a cuckoldry in birds with the brood parasites. It's fucking insane. But be thankful we're humans. You don't have to deal with that shit.
What are you talking about? Really? You got the whores that have fucking kids with the people they're married to?
A baby in your house.
I was like, are you fucking sure? Because like 30% of fucking marriages, the man's not raising his own children.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to argue with that.
I didn't know that.
I mean, come on, dude. What do you mean? How do you not know that? Have you ever seen Harry Springer once?
Yeah, the fucking infidelity fucking rate is absolutely ridiculous.
That's such a huge percentage.
Yeah, it pisses everybody off. Like it pisses everybody. It pisses me off.
Then again, it's also not the same because they're two species of birds. So it'd be like a fucking Neanderthal coming into your house and leaving their toddler with you, and you're like, what the fuck is this? But you have to take care of it.
You don't, though. That's
I'm saying in the bird
let
world.
learn how to
they
fly
do. It's correct.
immediately.
It believes it can fly.
Yes. Fly, birdie, fly.
I'm gonna poke your fucking eyes out.
Yeah, but see the cuckoo bird.
Why is
If I'm not Asian and
Yeah, I was
you're
gonna say,
not
why
Asian,
does my child look
why
Asian?
is the baby Asian?
That's not a black baby. That's a Caucasian baby. That baby sitting right there has a 700 credit score. That baby is Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus.
I love that guy, by the way. He is so good.
Yeah, he is. That's one of my favorite. He's like, I've been in here for 20 consecutive years. Consecutive means without a break. Consecutive. Back to back to back to back. That baby right there, that baby looks like it's like 6 years old. That's a long time that I've been here consecutively. That one right there, that one might be mine. This one is not mine. If anybody's not familiar with the mountains of Caucasus.
Yeah.
I fucking love that dude.
What comedian is that?
I don't know his name. He's on YouTube though. He's a real skinny guy.
Oh god!
Is it the short, skinny black dude?
Cat
Got
Williams.
long stringy hair.
Cat
yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
I think it's Cat Williams.
Dude, he's one of the major people that gave all the shit out on fucking P-diddy.
Yeah.
Oh
he
my
exposed
god!
a lot of shit.
Oh, wait,
he's
he
turned a little bit crazy.
And Chris Hart.
Did he turn PDA in for his fuckery? Is that what he did?
No, but he was telling people to look out for something that was about to happen because of all his parties and how things were going down. And then all of a sudden, look.
So he did. He was not in with the fuckery.
No. He's not. He's been telling people that what's been going on for a long time.
That would break my heart if another one of my fucking favorites went down. Yeah. Okay.
Nope. No, he's awesome, dude. He's fucking hilarious. I love him in fucking Friday.
Fuck, he's good in everything.
That baby's rice-skinned. Here, look. Okay, I'm gonna post the video. It is Cat Williams. You guys are totally fucking right. It's fucking hilarious. That baby's rice-skinned. He's not white-skinned.
That is not my baby.
Rice-skinned. It's good TV right there.
Yeah. Or what the fuck was that movie with Jim Carrey?
That
was it Me, Myself, and Eileen?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever notice your kids kind of have a year-round pet? What are you getting at? You're fuck Christ's sake, their dicks are bigger than sausage you're cooking. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man. Good.
But definitely make sure that when your wife shits out a baby, before you sign anything, before you sign
you don't have to sign anything. If she puts your name on the birth certificate, at least
fucked.
in New York, you're already fucked. You're already
everywhere.
a daddy.
It's
have
like
to
that
pay.
everywhere.
Okay.
Then just get an in vitro fucking paternity test.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
If you buy that kid one sack of fucking Pampers and they can prove it, you're the fucking dad forever.
No, in vitro. Why she's still knocked the fuck up?
Yeah, you could do that. But...
Get in vitro.
Listen, if I'm with a chick and I have to think in my head that
as I slowly slide the hanger up your thigh,
then it's like, here, take this test. It's one what do you call that thing? One stripe for we're okay. 2 stripes, you're going down the stairs. With the.
I got nothing against ladies and stuff, but the law is a peculiar thing. Yeah. Like my first child, I was 17 years old when that child was conceived, and the girl was 18. I still got child support.
It's Stephen Lynch.
That's statutory.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Never mind that we're still married to this day, but theoretically, I still got child support even though I was raped.
Stephen Lynch for the ladies. Save those blues.
I kissed you on the cheek. Good night, my love, I'd say. You turned to me and smiled.
A baby's on the way.
And then you drift asleep.
And yes, I do have child support, boys.
And I lie wondering just what I should do.
Here, penis.
I could kick you in the stomach and catch you unawares. I swear to God you accidentally fell down the stairs. I would look you in the eye. I slowly slide the hanger up your thigh.
What song is this? I've never heard this before.
That's a new one.
It's I can't believe you guys didn't know that one. It's
I have
Stephen
never
Lynch
heard that one.
for the ladies. He's a comedian. He's a comedian that sings songs. And it's one of my favorite. It was my my ringtone for the longest time until I was asked to change it to work.
Michael Nutty, that fucking gift you put up there at Camp Williams, that is the actual interview.
Yeah, no, I know.
He gave, where he gave all that shit about P-diddy and Chris Hart.
Oh, he went on for a while about that.
Yeah.
Where he's drinking. Yeah.
Oh, and he's also like,
I read 6 books a day. I've read 355 books
within 2 months. He says some crazy shit. That it's like, I don't know. But,
well,
maybe.
Well, has he? But listen, I think at first you think he's fucking just an idiot or just a smart ass or whatever. But
he's a comedian.
Yeah, absolutely. But he hasn't said anything that's not true.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, the facts he was pulling out.
The facts always come out, whether it's 3 months or 6 months down the line. He's always like, I've got receipts. He's like,
he's like, I was there, I got a selfie.
Hey, Firo, you want to test something for me real quick?
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
Okay, FAFO podcast. It should play from a certain time, like 2 minutes in.
Oh, you're talking about nap time spray?
Yeah, but when you click that link, it should play exactly at 2 minutes and 1 second, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel pregnant. What? Bam! It punches. Thanks, nap time spray.
I feel pregnant.
I like how the rapist is loading someone in a fucking car. Thanks, nap time. There's the baby, and they're just spraying it.
Yeah, hasn't made it sound in weeks. I keep it in a shoebox.
That baby hasn't made it sound in weeks. I keep it in a shoebox. The lady's all nervous, like,
It's one of the best commercials ever.
Oh, dude, nap time spray. Wait, is it just
chloroform?
Chloroform. Yeah. I do not mix bleach and alcohol. It makes chloroform.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, what?
Not bleach and alcohol. Acetone.
Okay, what? Acetone. Whatever.
Idiot.
Drunk fucker.
Make these motherfuckers making some fucking fucking weird ass fucking shit.
Okay, well, don't mix bleach and Lysol, because that shit fucking kills Jews.
What? On that note,
it makes chlorine gas. It makes chlorine gas. It's what they fucking used to gas the trenches with on the goddamn time.
Yeah. You step into my shower. Yes.
That's Zyklon B.
I was gonna say that wasn't chlorine gas.
All right. This went down a dark road real quick.
Oh, real quick.
Nap time
We're on the train
spray.
track now.
Yeah, between that song and this commercial, I mean, my day's made. That is the funniest shit that I've seen in months.
I love how he just casually goes back to flipping channels.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, problem solved. That's what I do.
I would drunk me would like to say something. Stop letting the fucking Nazis win. Jesus fuck. Stop. Do these asshole fucking kids know what they're protesting? Right?
I don't think it's that. I think they're just so fucking stupid.
They're okay.
They're jumping on a bandwagon. They have to pick a bandwagon.
That's
to be part of the crowd.
That's exactly what fucking the Nazis did. Is they started with the liberals in fucking college and school, the higher educated fucking liberals, and they got all the little liberal kids in fucking line and told them, "Hey, the Jews, the bad guys." And they went, "Yeah, you know what? That's the reason I can't get a job with my underwater basket weaving degree. Fuck them. Oh my god, they run everything. Ugh." And then they got mad at them, and they went out and started fucking protesting and taking over college campuses, and then they started burning fucking books because they were like, "Oh, they're written by all the Jews." And then they fucking went ape shit from fucking there. We're on literally step by fucking step. We're on step fucking 3 right now of Nazism. And those stupid fucking assholes, all these goddamn hippie liberal fucking piece of shit fucking kids that are right now like taking over Colombia. And the reason that people in fucking New York City can't go outside right now, all those little shitbags they don't understand fucking history. Maybe they don't fucking read it or anything.
Well, you know what they say. If you don't understand history, you're bound to repeat it.
They're literally on step 3 of 9.
Right.
Like,
all right.
Next thing you know, they're going to be...
You can't. The only way to fix the problem is to fix their parents if you go back in time. The only way. You know
what? I've long said that I wish I could just shoot Nazis. And I guess we're going to Nazi again. But like all these little fucking tards, they're the first people to call people Nazis, right? They're like, "Oh, you're a Nazi. You don't like this. Oh, you're a Nazi. You don't like that. Oh, you're a conservative. You're a fucking Nazi." All this other bullshit. But like, I don't see the conservatives doing any Nazi things. And I don't see the gun owners doing any Nazi things. And I don't see any of the Trump people doing any Nazi things. I don't see any of the people that they constantly say are fucking Nazis doing any of the Nazi things. I see them literally doing the Nazi shit.
Calling for exterminating of the Jews. Definitely.
And I'm like
a Nazi.
But see, here's the thing that kills me, right? Is they're out there waving the goddamn flag of a people who would very happily rape them to death. Like, "Oh, they come over here. It'll be great. You will warm my fucking penis." Like, you know, like...
Well, have you seen the 28th Amendment?
No, what is
that they're proposing?
Oh,
it basically cancels out the Second Amendment. It raises the minimum age. I think when you can buy a gun now at 18. Now you have to wait till 21, and then there's like a universal background checks and everything else. It's you and your family. It's all kinds of fucking shit, dude.
Don't get me started. I don't want to. Let's just. You're trying to sidetrack me again here, and it's like I don't really fucking understand why there's all of this sudden hatred for the Jewish people, which I have. Fuck, dude. I'd say probably 75% of my friends are Jewish.
I don't think you're that one.
You're in, yeah, right, fucker. Goddamn Jew yourself. And I don't get it. Like, I don't fucking understand why the hatred for somebody that is a peaceful, normal fucking people. And everybody's like, "Well, the Muslims are peaceful and normal." Really? Are you fucking serious? You're literally talking about the modern day goddamn equivalent of like fuck, man. Who are the Muslims? And, okay, let's talk about the Klingons. Yeah.
Yeah,
the Muslims
Fucking-
are basically the fucking Klingons.
Who's Worf? I don't know who Worf is.
Worf, like in modern day times, I guess.
Obviously, because
I
real
don't-
Worf isn't a thing.
Don't you fucking dare!
Yeah, you take that back. You take it back right now.
Star Trek is alternate history, man. You don't even fucking know. That's just a different galaxy.
Okay, have you guys?
Whatever.
Let me ask you this. This weird thing I've been doing lately is because my family, for some reason, all of a sudden, have become church people, which I find completely ridiculous and
It's okay.
stupid. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But did you guys know, like, the Bible is not original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the book of Thoth is actually the Bible, and they actually copied it.
Well,
like-
they copied it and amended it
Right,
several
yes, I'm just
hundred
saying.
times.
Yes, but I'm just saying the book is a lot older than that shit, and like
And it's all based off of fucking Norse religion.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of correlation between Dionysus and Jesus. There's a lot of those virgin birth stories throughout history.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you literally got Jesus, which is basically fucking Thor. And then if you go back one, to the Greeks, then it's all the same story, just told over and over and over again with different gods with different names.
right, but they love it. They love it when they read
story.
the Bible, and I'm like, I have comic books. You want to read some of my comic books? They hate that. They hate it.
That's
They
stories.
hate it. Right? I got some really
I
good
don't-
stories.
I don't judge
I think if
people
you
for
took-
having their own religious views. That's their
I don't
business
care.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't give a
No, I
fuck.
don't-
I just
As
think
long
it's
as their
funny.
views don't affect me.
What
all I
I just don't understand is that these people are championing that. All these kids are championing the Palestinians, right? They don't
Well, I don't
understand. They don't
I
understand.
Begin to
And
understand
those
this,
people will kill them.
These are the
That
same
those-
people,
they're
the
championing
lesbians and gay people that are most of those people, a lot of those people, don't realize that if they go over there, they're going to be stoned in the fucking street and killed.
They don't
Oh,
plan on
no.
going over there. They
You know
don't have
what they
no,
do?
no wish to
What-
leave their fucking Starbucks.
What they do is called fire lancing to people that are of alternate sexualities. It's called fire lancing. That's where they put used tires around your head, fill it with
Set you
kerosene,
on
and light them
fire!
on fire. Right? It's called fire lancing. That's what they do to people of alternate sexualities. It doesn't matter if you're
I'm not
gay or
judging
you
anybody
consider
by
yourself
saying
a
that.
goddamn unicorn. It
What
doesn't
I'm
matter.
saying is
These are not
hey, don't
tolerant
think
people.
about it.
These are terrible people. And they're championing them. They're like, oh, they're great. Oh, stop hurting them. I'm like, do you realize that what these people did? They drug people. Like, they captured Jews that are in their home, old ladies and women and men. They captured them inside their fucking homes. Because what happened is when the attack started, they called all the warrior class, right? Like all the people that were still in the military or just recently in the military. They called them to the base to defend the base and defend the border. They didn't realize they were already in and attacking from the other fucking side. So they attacked a bunch of unarmed civilians. And they grabbed them and they drugged them to the fucking street. And they raped all these women to fucking death. And yeah, at the same time, they're just like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, these are totally great people. We totally fucking love them. They're super, super fucking awesome. And I'm like, they're not. Like, here's a video. Here's a picture. Okay. That young lady was raped to death in her fucking house and then drug around with just electrical cord on the back of a freaking motorcycle, a bunch of Palestinians. That is a nice Jewish lady right there. And it's like, okay, those are the people that they're championing. And they don't understand that those people, they're thinking, oh, they're downtrodden. Oh, they're getting their ass kicked. Yes, they're getting their ass kicked because they're goddamn fucking piece of shit cavemen who decided to attack a first world country. Of course you're going to get your fucking ass kicked. Thank you for deleting that.
Yes.
And But and then now it's like, but they're championing people that will literally do the same thing to them if given the opportunity. These kids are protesting in support of people that would happily kill them.
I know. Let nature take its course. I mean, unfortunately, we're gonna be at war eventually here soon. So it's like,
you know what?
It kills me. It's like this is literally the fucking Nazis again. It's literally the fucking Nazis.
There's an easy way to stop all these protests. Easy way. Just start deporting all the protesters to Islamic countries.
Right.
That would take
problem solved.
4 fucking minutes.
Once they see what happens when they get off the fucking boat or the fucking plane, before they even make it to the hotel, they're gonna put them up in first class, of course. The fucking tire fires are gonna be out of control.
Well, like the protest didn't last very long in Texas because they went, guess what? If you're gonna sit here and you're gonna fucking protest, you're getting kicked out of college. And they went, oh my God, the gravy train, and then all my student loans are due, and then my daddy's not going to pay for college anymore. Oh fuck! And then they all stopped. And then Colombia tried to do that, and I guess that's why there's riots tonight. Is Colombia went, hey, we're going to cut off your student loans, like your aid.
Well, the normal people are starting to fight back, which is what we need to do. All right?
Yes.
With common fucking sense, like the people that sit there along the fucking road, stopping you from going to work. Or stopping you from fucking traveling. They got people now that fucking get out of the car, push them, and drag them out of the fucking way, and then they get back in the car. They just drive right through the motherfuckers. And I got news for you. If I was in a car and I got up there and I had to get to work, I would sit there and blast my horn and go slowly right through them. I wouldn't stop. But the next day, when I came back, I would have bear spray in the front of my fucking car connected to a fucking button. So when I got there and they were sitting there, I would fucking press that button and clear out that whole fucking acre of fucking idiots. It'd be awesome. Or best yet, go 100 yards back with a balloon launcher with balloons full of gasoline and fucking launch them into the fucking crowd and then just light a fucking candle on the front of my fucking car and drive slowly through the people.
No, you don't even need to do that, dude. Just anything that's adverse, anything smelly, like that skunk spray crap, anything like that.
Remember when we were in school, those little glass vials of stink bombs?
Yeah. Even something like that would be fine.
Did you guys hear what they did at Burning Man?
These people have they've never faced adversity in their life, and so they think that anybody facing any sort of adversity requires their protection, and they don't realize that they're rooting for the bad guy, like literally the bad guy. Did they just turn their fucking TVs off during the whole attack? Or what?
Right? Did you hear what happened at the last Burning Man?
No,
what happened? It just rained a lot.
The protesters drug a big fucking car trailer in the middle of the road and chained themselves to it to stop people from going into Burning Man.
It's a desert. You can just drive right around it.
The Nevada Rangers had something to say about that one.
Yeah.
Check that video right there. What they did.
Let's see.
Oh, hold on. I want to see this. This is going to be great.
These fuckers are chained to this trailer, just so you know.
Oh, they're like, oh!
That is fucking awesome!
I just pushed them out of the way. Now they can sit there all fucking day and watch all the cars go by because they're fucking chained to it. It's beautiful.
I want to meet that cop and buy him some coffee and donuts. That's all I can say.
You just know that chick wearing fucking fishnet there in the fucking front. You just know that she smells like patchouli and fucking week-old tuna, right?
They were blocking the entrance to Burning Man. What the hell is wrong with them? That's their people.
Yeah. They might be a little bit too extreme to go to Burning Man.
I guess so.
Yeah, they're like Burning Man's like so 2019. Like you're not even cool enough now.
I've never been. I wouldn't mind checking it out. But
I don't want to go.
I
Not my
want to.
thing.
I want to smell like patchouli someday. That's my goal in life.
I'd rather
By the way,
go.
girl to eat.
I'd rather go to like the salmon hatch, like the salmon fishing in fucking Alaska or something fun.
Or the
Yeah,
turtles
yeah.
coming out of the sand and going to the ocean. I'd rather protect
That's
those turtles. That'd be
really
awesome.
common. That's really common here. That's
Is it?
really common. Here. Yeah, it happens all over. Me and the wife go down there and watch it happen. It's pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, when they hatch out, like hundreds of thousands of them fucking just like take off across.
I would love to sit there with a BB gun and just fucking shooting the seagulls.
Well, what happened is that's illegal. But what they don't bitch about is you fly in kites. So what happens is a whole like you'll see.
What about
probably
drones? Drones.
They don't. Yeah, you can fly drones. You can fly drones on South Padre Island. But what happens is a lot of people just show up with their kites and just fly them, like those two that you pull on the handles to turn them right and left, like the big kites, and they just fly them like in figure eights over the top of them as they're going across the beach, and that keeps everything away. But you get but like you'll have like 200 people show up and do it, and then the fucking seagulls get all goddamn pissed off and start trying to puke on you and shit.
I thought that was from all the Alka-Seltzer I was feeding them.
No, they just get mad and start trying to like puke on you and stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it works. It worked. That's I've been there several times. It's a lot of fun because the little turtles are just fucking-lutely adorable, like beyond cuteness, like cuteness level fucking 25, right? Like just absolutely cute. But you're not supposed to turn them around if they get like turned around and start going up the beach instead of down the beach, but nobody can stop you from standing in their way. And then you cast a shadow and then they run away from the shadow, right? So you could turn around a whole bunch of them just by casting a shadow, like just standing there and casting a shadow, and they'll like turn and go back towards the ocean. But yeah.
It's amazing. Adorable. We can't save turtles from being stupid, but we can let these fucking idiot kids do whatever the fuck they want. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's why we need to bring back natural selection.
Yeah. Right? There's no large predators that are hunting the fucking retards nowadays.
Yeah, the slow movers just have it too easy.
We should definitely bring tigers back.
Yes. I totally am gonna go over here, and I'm totally on team. I'm on team rapey. I'm on team rapey murder. And you're like, murder. Yeah, exactly. That's what I go genital mutilation, female circumcision. Yeah,
that's my body and my choice.
I want to wear a burqa my entire fucking life and get beaten and raped to death.
Yeah, no right. Like, I can't go to school alone. I can't even go to school because I'm a female. God,
I'm not allowed to read. This is gonna be great.
Dude, I watched an interview the other day of these girls, and they're like, so wartime. They're like, you're saying that women are, they're affected more by war. They're like, oh yes, absolutely. They're like, okay, well, I mean, the men, 99.99% of the casualties during war are men.
Yeah, World War II, World War I, yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, how is it worse off on the women? They're like, well, the fact that they go in there to a show to defend themselves, and I see them get up and they fucking like pissy on Moni and like, oh, don't talk to me like that.
That's because they don't have anything to do. They don't have any way to defend it. Like, whatever. Just let them be stupid. All right, guys. We're at we've done another 90 fucking minutes of completely off topic.
You're welcome.
Amen.
We've done 2 podcasts worth. This is a hell of an episode for whoever's listening.
Hell yeah.
America. Okay, So I think we already let Michael Nutty get away with saying something nice because he actually did say something reasonably nice. Let's throw it to Deadpool. He said something. He hasn't said anything nice.
Oh, the world's ending, so buy your seeds.
Buy your seeds.
And remember, if you find a squatter in your house, he's yours.
Yes, you own them. They're yours.
You own them. All right.
You can sell their organs. Moving along. Who we got, Trevi?
Something nice. Be careful what drug you do, kids. Get yourself fentanyl test kits. And
birds go crazy.
Birds will go crazy if they get a hold of some powerful drugs. Yeah, but keep doing the drugs. Just make sure you test them.
Okay. Or don't do twice as much as you're supposed to.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna say a PSA. LSD comes in little tiny little things. They're really strong.
You know what the dose is? You know what the fucking dose is, Trip, for LSD?
One square.
It's like a fucking not even a drop, and you're fucking done for fucking a day. And you're like, oh, let's go 12 drops. See what happens. Your bird said, let's do 12.
Yeah, the bird said, let's do 12 drops. Yeah.
Your bird's got a problem.
My bird lost control of who they were. Yeah.
Your bird's a horrible typer.
Let's see. Something nice.
Yeah. By the way, if you're gonna do really, really a lot of LSD, lock yourself out of your computer and your birds.
And your birds. Definitely the birds. That's some wild text messages.
Yeah.
So something nice coming from me.
Somebody said something about Deadpool shoving up a broomstick up their ass and calling them popsicle. Remember that?
Yeah, it was Big Poppy. It was Poppy, not popsicle.
Okay,
so
what's nice, Farrell?
It's going to be to spend some time on a hobby that you enjoy, and a little less paying attention to the fucking world. You know, garden, grow some fucking mushrooms and share them with friends. Grow some tobacco, grow some weed. Do something besides pay attention to what's going on in the fucking news and with pop culture. Because evidently it's a goddamn shit show out there. And it's done nothing but raise my fucking blood pressure learning about it during this fucking podcast.
You're welcome.
So spend some fucking time on your goddamn self, your hobbies, and with your family.
Oh, wait. Anybody. If anybody has tobacco seeds, like weird tobacco seeds or weird cannabis seeds.
Or rare.
Yeah.
A rare or something. We're trying to get a project together for some FAFO stuff. Give us a call if you want to do some trading for seeds.
Reach out.
Or just reach out because I need some. Thank you.
Drop us an email. And with that, guys, we fucking love our listeners. Thank you so much for listening, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this absolutely ridiculous, super, super long show, of which I have been drunk for the last 90 minutes of. That we appreciate you guys sticking around throughout the entire thing. If you would like to send us an email and to get on the list of like trade with tobacco seeds and everything else, if you'd like to send us some really cool freaking cannabis seeds, in return, get on the list of people we will send a badass cigar to once it's all done and said this fall, you can do so at fafocult@gmail.com. If you'd like to support this show, currently this show is 100% supported just basically by my tiers and paycheck by itself. You can go ahead and do that at Venmo. It's going to be at FAFOCult, or Cash App. It's going to be $FAFOCult. If you'd like to go ahead and buy any sort of sweet FAFOCult merch, you can do that at fafocult.etsy.com. Once again, if you'd like to send us love mail, hate mail, trade mail, anything else you'd like to do, you can do that at our email. That's going to be fafocult.gmail.com. If you would like to get a hold of our Discord, the link will be provided below. It's going to be the FAFOCult one. Not like the last time when I fucked up and put the wrong Discord in the freaking thing. Yeah. But we love our listeners, guys. We really appreciate y'all listening. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you. And keep those like podcast ideas flowing to us. If you want to hear about anything specific, you can join the Discord, come over there and go into the FAFO requests. What is that one? Is it the FAFO request?
That's what it is.
Topic request. Yeah. FAFO topic request. You can meet us in there, talk to us one-on-one or as a group, and post what you would like to hear about.
Next week is going to be bag life. Next week is bag life.
Bag life?
I've had a lot of people ask that said that we hadn't done a show about bags. I can't believe that.
We've covered bags in a lot of shows. We haven't done a specific bag.
So next week is bag show. Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's
going to be Walmart bags?
Awesome.
Every bag. Crack bag.
The kind of bag that like that lady pushes down the street.
We're going to define a crack bag. This is going to be awesome.
Is it like the TSA approved bags?
Like TSA approved crack bags.
With that, guys, we fucking love our listeners. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in this time and spending your hard-earned social credit with us. And we're out. America.